and then I was doing desktop capture through Chrome on Facebook.
Yes. And I think we're back in, boys. I think we're back in.
Nice. For some reason, Chrome has a really good video encoder for Facebook. I don't know why, but it does. It's probably because they're, buddies or whatever.
You should start seeing us soon, Jimbo. There's Armand in the chat room. Armand, absolute rookie Wookies on patrol here, man.
All right, everyone. Round 2 of this.
All right, let me refresh my page.
Yes, refresh your page, Jimbo.
All right, so I see the start. I see the starting page. Be right there. That's what I'm seeing.
Right, hang on.
But I don't see the chat anymore. Wonder why.
It sounds like it's more to do with your end, man. Because it says live here. Looking good. Can see myself. Can see the full screen.
I gotta push play. How about that?
Yeah, that would help, Jimbo.
Yeah, that usually helps.
Go to the live button bit, and that'll get you right to the start of it, man. So, Scotty, here we are. Take 2, man. And we already had some issues. Yeah, we had some issues already with your Facebook, didn't we?
Yeah, I was going to simulcast this. We were going to do a dual live stream where people could tune into my Facebook page and watch it, or head over to your YouTube channel and watch it. But unfortunately, Facebook decided they weren't going to play nice today, and so I could not get the stream going. I could not get OBS to connect to the Facebook server, so I don't know. I never had that problem before. Never had a problem streaming on Facebook, so I don't know. Facebook's been acting really weird past couple days, so who knows? But here we are. I am recording it though on my end, and I will upload it later to Facebook. And so yeah. But if you want to watch this live, head over to Kev's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell all the bodies over on Facebook that we're live now. Click. There we go. Yeah, this is kind of our new format, or one new format that we're trying out. And obviously I've been hit with the whole YouTube thing. We don't need to go into that. We know I'm one of many that's been hit by this duplication thing, but I can still broadcast. And the other night, watching Unirock, love Unirock, check him out, there was a whole heap of kind of stories going around about other channels who were saying they had been demonetized. Now, at the same time as saying they'd been demonetized, there was donations flying about through Super Chat. And at the time, I was asked, Kev, when you have a Super Chat, in fact, do you have the $ on there? Can people donate to you? And that's the difference. My whole channel has been demonetized, as opposed to some channels who have just had their videos demonetized. So there is a difference. And the main kind of takeaway from all of this is that long term, even short term, YouTube's changing, folks. It truly, truly is. And I'm trying to think of other ways to continue doing what I'm doing and have fun at the same time and try and skirt underneath the algorithms. And I think this is certainly going to be one way to do it. And if nothing else, right, we're going to talk about the stuff we talk about on the show. And on top of that, you're going to be absolutely cracking yourselves up watching me and Scott attempting, if you can even call it that, to play PUBG. And our first go, Scott, I'm glad people didn't actually get to see that, because, well, it was what I expected, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. Definitely not pro gamer caliber. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm muted up there, I thought, but why we had that big tsunami the other day over in Indonesia? Just had another
that was crazy.
Another 5.9 earthquake, and that's hit near Sumba Island. Now, I'm imagining that must be close to where everything happened before, because usually a 5.9 wouldn't make headlines over here. So I mean, obviously it's terrible what we've seen happening over there. But again, Scott, Jimmy, we've been talking Earth changes a lot recently, guys, and they still seem to be coming thick and fast. And Scott, while we're talking about that, let's ready up, man. Let's do it.
Let's go.
So what do you think then? Geo shift? We'll go to you first. The tsunami. You sent me a mad video of somebody that was basically clinging onto their roof as they were getting pushed along by this. Some of the things that we're seeing, the power of nature, man, it's really, it's amazing. And I hate to say amazing when people have lost their lives, but I know you appreciate what I mean, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like awesome in the sense of the awesome power of nature, right? And it's crazy. Last I saw, they said that the death toll was up to 1,200 people now. So that is very catastrophic. And you're really not hearing much about it on the news. The only news station I've seen them talking about the tsunami and the earthquake is on One American News, but the media seems to be focused on the whole Kavanaugh Supreme Court circus thing, and it's ridiculous.
It's sickening me, that whole story, man, because you've got that whole kind of emotional aspect to this because it's an alleged sex crime and things. But you see some of the posts and some of the way people are reacting, and from what I've seen, I've not looked deeply into it, but it seems a whole heap of crap. But isn't this the kind of crap that we expect to see around politics and things like this all the time?
Yes, and then it's become a big. I mean, look, we've got like 1,200 people dead in Indonesia, like real news happening around the world, and we're distracted with all of this crap. It's ridiculous, man. But
I'm flexing the muscles, dude.
I'm
flexing the muscles, dude. I'm getting us ready to go. I think we're gonna aim for the quarry.
Where are we jumping?
We're gonna aim for the quarry. I've got the marker down, dude.
Don't you think that a lot of this stuff, I mean, and it's the way it's set up, it's like if you don't like hearing about this issue.
I'm going, Scott. Dude, let's go. Go on, you go, Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying, if you don't like hearing about this issue, it's set up so that if you say anything against it, it's that you're against, you're for the mistreatment of women. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's exactly what happened last night. I got into a debate on Facebook, and basically, if you even call this thing a circus or whatever, you're all of a sudden you hate women, you support rape, you're a misogynist, all of the buzzwords that they like to throw at you just when you point out logic and like critical thinking about the situation. It's ridiculous. All right, man, where are we going? I'm right behind you.
You're right behind me? Right, here we go. Let's get some shit.
It's like if you say something about the Rodney King beating, people go, well, you're not for drunk driving, are you? No, I'm not for drunk driving, but I don't like the guy getting beat. But they turn it around on you and make it seem like you're the one doing something wrong. I mean, it's a classic technique that's taught to, mind trick people, Jedi mind trick people.
Right. We need to go and get a gun for you, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, where are we going to go?
Let's go.
All right.
There's plenty around here, man.
All I have is a Molotov cocktail, so if
I came all this way.
If we want to start a revolution,
I came all this way to
start a revolution. I'm prepared.
All I got was a pesky t-shirt.
Hey, Scotty, the chat room's saying howdy to you, so say what's up to the chat skis.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There's a lot of people in there. Man.
Behold as...
Scott, there's a gun here. There you go.
Okay, good.
Buzzacino's in there. Juan Martinez is in there.
Buzzacino is like, he's I'm going to call him the YouTube philosopher. He drops some of the most cool kind of statements and things in there. I remember I came across him on a uni stream. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And if anyone doesn't check out Uni Rock, please do. I honestly can't recommend him highly enough. And of course, it's him that inspired me to get into this streaming, seen him playing PUBG. So, yeah. And Buzzacino, that's one name that sticks out. And of course, a lot of the mods in there, Jimmy. We've got Ruth. I've seen Ruth in there. A lot of the mods, I've kind of hijacked them from Uni's show. So, yeah, it's really good how you can find people that are willing to, like, just hang out and be normal people instead of having some agenda. That's what I like about Uni. You know, some people criticise him because they say he goes after people. It's not unjustified. And, you know, we need to know what characters we're following in the alternative media, even more so than the mainstream, because we know what these characters in the mainstream are all about. So we should be holding ourselves to some higher accountability. And it takes people like Uni with a set of balls like that to do it. And I support him all the way because it's never ad hominem and there's always information to back it up. Now, you look at the trolls and things, you wouldn't believe that. But they don't take the time to look at the kind of critique that Uni makes of these people that he rightly flags up. And I was talking about how some of these channels are saying they're demonetized, and they really aren't. And Uni proven that they aren't. And the fact that if you're in the chat right now watching us on YouTube, there's no $sign where you can drop a donation in. And that shows that the channel itself, not just the video, but the channel's demonetized. And this is a new thing altogether, folks. It's only going to get worse. Right, Scott, where are we heading? Oh, we're in the circle, dude. We're almost in the middle of the circle, man.
Ah. There's a level 2 helmet over there if you want to.
Yes. That makes me look like I'm fresh from Iraq. I need to get some sights on, man.
I think I might rock this M16.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
The dreaded assault rifle.
So, Jimmy, tell me, what are people in the chat room? What are they talking about these days? What's happening in the world of Team KBS? What are people into, man?
I think they've been entranced by the gameplay because there hasn't been much conversation going by on my screen for a bit.
You see, this is, you know, I actually find that some people might not like it, but I like listening to people talking when they're doing the gaming, you know, adding their own commentary. Even if it's about the game itself, I find that quite funny sometimes, but I honestly think this is going to be a really, really good format for talking about the things, we've just spoke about on the show. We can come in, we can kind of analyse what's happened there. And from time to time when we're gaming, you know there's going to be big stories breaking. There always is. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Call of Duty, that's one game I am definitely looking forward to. Because that, I'm afraid, is probably going to knock PUBG out of the ballpark. $50? Well,
yeah, I think
£50, so. It must be about $70, $80, Scott. For a PC game, that's pretty expensive, man.
Yeah, they usually launch at about $60 here in the US. I know that in Australia, it's ridiculous, the price for games in Australia. I don't know what is up with it, but games are like almost $100 in Australia.
Yeah, 100.
From what I understand.
100 New Zealand dollars, obviously just close to Australia. That comes in about just under £50, do you know what I mean? So it's a crazy exchange rate they've got going on over there. I've got one of them if you want one, Scott.
Yeah. No, I think I ditched mine for the...
Hey, Polynation. One Polynation just showed up. So did Kirsten.
Hey! Oh, Kristen, how you doing? Kristen, a very loyal Team KBSer out there. Great to see you here. Kristen, do not be expecting any of the cool kind of kills that you see from Unirock. You'd be lucky if me and Scott survive in our 5 minutes. In fact, Scott, see if we get a shot off at somebody, I'll be most impressed.
The elastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
What are you doing, dude? You getting up?
I'm putting a scope or a red dot on my M16.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, there's an election going on in Canada tonight. Did you know that?
Is there?
Yeah.
It's not that like
Really?
Trudeau guy, him with the stuck-on eyebrows.
I don't know, but you know what I find interesting is I didn't know there was an election, but there was a deal that was cut today by Trump.
Oh, the NAFTA thing, yeah.
Yeah, do you think this guy signed it because he wanted to make sure he was going to get voted in tonight?
Dude, I honestly don't know.
The Canadians are like really pissed with Trudeau. Like they're pretty embarrassed with him. He's like the clown of Canada, man.
It seems that way. He's like the meme king.
Yeah. Did you see like when he went to?
You take that, hot Scott. I'll go and have a look over here. Oh my!
I'll go. Uh-oh.
I've got one. Oh, it's right. He's just at the side of the building there, Scotty. And another one.
Oh, dang.
Dang.
Well,
tell you what, dude. If I'd had a sight on there,
I wounded him. I hit him.
Now, obviously, if you're sitting at home, no real people got injured in the making of PUBG. Honestly, unless it is some kind of virtual world where those little characters think they're just like us. Wonder if they sit and talk about whether they're in a game or not.
Dude, can you imagine how mind-blowing that would be? Like,
oh, I've thought it.
PUBG,
I've thought it, dude.
Being that
What?
it's like its own little world, and then for the short time that you're playing, the avatar is like when they're alive.
Yeah, man, you just wake up and you're in it. You're just in the game. Here we go, right? Go for it, Sky. Ready up, man. Let's do it again. Come on, Jimbo, you're awfully quiet. You're like our link to the real world in the chat room, dude.
I know. I just stepped off to go get some coffee, or I'm about to.
You went and got coffee and you didn't even offer us any? Dude, we're trying to fight a war here, man.
I haven't gone yet, just because you guys are about to bust a move on screen here, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I'm about to go.
Gonna bust the move.
You guys want some coffee?
Oh, dude, I'd love a coffee. Mine's gone half cold. It's horrible.
It's not going to be too long before we'll be able to be sitting in a virtual coffee house together, and while we're doing the show, and it'll look just like we're there.
like when it launches right here, this is the beginning of your life.
Yeah.
In PUBG.
This bit here's like the garden. This bit here's like the Garden of Eden. Everything's perfect, and then they throw you on a train, onto a plane, and you jump out into the real world. This is what it would be like, though, eh? You know, if they cleared your memory.
Julian Sanchez just dropped in and said, "What up, Scotty?" It looks like
what's up?
Lisa Hellman just came in.
This is pretty cool.
Julian Sanchez, that is my brother.
Whoa!
Oh.
All right, hang on now. Is your brother not like some kind of gaming whiz, Scott?
My youngest brother Julio is really into the gaming. If he was to come in here and join us in PUBG, he would probably carry us the whole time.
It's like, I don't know, I sent you that YouTuber Defango today. So funny. Usually you've got Uni and his pal Creamy, they're playing. But I don't know how Defango does it. He kind of snipes into their stream, Scott. Sometimes he comes in and assassinates them. But I tell you what, man, the dude's like it's true, and this is Uni's own words, he's like a ninja, dude. There's just some people that can play these games better than others. Right, your turn to choose, dude. Your turn to lay the marker. I'm the man.
Okay. Let's just go to the boot camp. I bet a lot of people jump there, but whatever.
Boot camp. Oh, yeah. You're taking us into the belly of the beast, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Let's just do it.
Straight down. Get that chute open. Here we go.
Let's.
Where are we going? We're going
I'm not
right.
I'm not going to go directly into the boot camp. Let's go into some of these buildings on the outer edge of the boot camp.
Yep, I see them, dude. Jimmy's sitting there thinking, "Draft me in, boys."
I'm just laughing because the chat is going off, man.
Are they freaking out? Are they saying, what has happened to Kev Baker? Have the Illuminati bought him out because he's doing these silly game things? Or are they appreciating that this is definitely a new way forward, Jimmy?
Well, I definitely think it's a lot better to play one of these games than it is to go down and grab somebody by the throat and give them a smack on the street. Because all this information that we read about and see every day, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, that's what I said to Scott. You know, why not combine the truth that I like putting out on a nightly basis, and we all do, with something that we genuinely enjoy as well? And I'm a gamer. I always have been a gamer. Not saying I'm much good at this one right enough, but I think it's really... Yeah, and it's not always going to be PUBG. There's going to be new games coming out all the time. I'm sure we'll find some old retro ones that we can get a laugh at as well. Right, Scott, we need to get you a gun.
Tana Ortiz just up in the chat.
That's Scott's mum.
That is my mom.
The princess.
Hello, Mom.
There you go.
Right, there you go. Scott, we need to be killing people on our best behaviour tonight then, if your mum's in there. I better not drop any more F-bombs.
Don't worry about it, man.
C. Denaro just cruised in too.
Now, of course, if people do want to support the Kev Baker Show, only joking.
Yes, of course. If
Yeah, of course, since they took away my monetization, if you want to give them the middle finger, you will find links in the chat room, in the description even. But with that said, why have you not got a gun yet, dude?
Your mom says...
I've got a pistol.
Your mom said hi.
Hola, Mama.
Scott, you having a pistol is the equivalent of taking a spoon to the Alamo.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
And I need there we go. There's a mad bag. I need the bag, dude. Before I go shoplifting. Every shoplifter needs a bag. Now that bandana, I dropped that there for a reason, because it's highly, highly homosexual looking.
Uni just showed up too.
You kidding me on? Like, as in Unirock, as in the Unirock.
Yeah, he's there.
The Unirock.
Uni, man.
The
I think
Unirock.
Uni, I've been looking for like sponsors and advertisers, and I think I probably big you up and speak you up enough that you should literally sponsor my show, dude. No, I'm only joking, man. Awesome to see you here, Uni. And of course, I was kind of... This is rookie Wookies on patrol. Not even a patch on you, sir. Not even close. In fact, I'm surprised we've even got guns at this point.
Yeah.
Right,
we need to get to some other buildings and see if we can find something.
Uni, I'm going to be overwatching you on your live dive when I get off of here. You know that. I'm addicted to some Uni rock, man. Right, where are we going, Scott? We're going in? Come on, dude. Don't be weak, man. Don't be weak.
Oh, no. Yeah, let's go. I'll run in with my pistol. We can do this.
You see, this whole taking the pistol to the fights. Just I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, you're the one that brought that up, and you're like, come on, don't be a pussy. Run, let's get in there.
Gun, Scott. There you go.
Ooh, okay.
Uni is full of encouragement. He says we'll get the hang of it, no problem. I reckon I'll get the hang of it when everyone jumps on over to Call of Duty.
Uh-oh.
Hard shooting.
I hear hear gunshots.
I hear trouble ahead.
Okay.
Right, hang on, dude. Let's see if I've got a sight, man. Not a fucking sight in this whole game. Need to keep going, dude. Need to find sights.
One Polly's in there saying he came over here from TFR.
Cool.
I totally left TFR to come over here.
Oh shit. That's never a good sound.
It's other people taking each other out, so.
Yeah, but it sounds kind of close.
Oh, it is close.
This is... Whoa, man. This is like the warm-up stream for Unirock. And of course, you can find Unirock over at Unirock or Unirock2. Follow him on Twitter as well. I'll tell you what, if you haven't checked out Roosevelt, that's another good channel that I found through Unirock. He does a lot of good work. He even cuts up some of Uni's longer streams, really takes the highlights. That's handy if you're on the go. Me, personally, I prefer the 4 or 5 hour stream. I like that kind of shit. Maybe it's just me, Scott. I don't know. You can just chill out and get into it, and you've got the chat room there. I think it all works well, the live streaming, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, here we go. Come on,
Boy,
dude.
there's some dicey action going on in the boot camp, isn't there?
Yeah.
Fish Mael
I've got no
says it's surreal, man.
So,
Mael.
let me ask you, Jimmy, right?
Kev playing PUBG.
Yeah, Kev Baker has a life. He does other stuff apart from the radio. I know. And here I am. I still can't get away from talking about all the madness going on in the world. You got a bag, Scott, yeah? There's a drink up there if you need it, man. Go up there and get the drink in the bag.
Oh, God, I don't want to jump up there. Okay, hold on.
I need to get a better gun.
Oh, okay, I can. Okay, got backpack.
So, yeah, if you're still in the chat room, man, remember the other night you were talking about the like, super chat? Everyone should be able to see for themselves right now that there is no super chat $sign there. And that's not me asking for money. It's just that this came up in a conversation when Uni was on the other night talking about another channel out there. And I'm not going to name the channel. Don't feel the need for it. I seen last night, yet again, another Hollywood insider decided to go to YouTube instead of going to the police, but that's by the by. But yeah, that's the difference between this duplication, demonetization, and just, talking about the wrong subject. And I know that's almost like YouTube are playing censorship games. They are playing censorship games. We know that. But at the same time, there's topics that are going to get you in trouble. And see if that had been me, if my channel had been demonetized because I'd uploaded copyright material or really gone deep into the SH, been very, very fake, then hell mend me. That's on you kind of thing, do you know what I mean? But there's something entirely different going on, and it's only going to get worse because the algorithms are taking over more and more of Google, of YouTube, and pretty much everything we do on the net.
I know I got shut down this weekend because my Saturday show was doing a show.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
There's some crazy shit going on, dude.
There is some crazy shit going on. Okay.
So I was doing a show on backmasking, and so I all of a sudden realized that I wanted to do backmasking on commercials because I don't think anybody's ever done it. So I started playing commercials backwards, and turned out that there was on every commercial there was backmasking.
And they closed you down?
Doesn't surprise me.
Right. So I was playing the commercials forwards on the radio show so the listeners could hear them, and then I was playing them backwards, or not I was, but Rio was. And I got shut down. My live broadcast got revoked because I was playing third-party commercials. So I mean, I'm trying to, I'm writing them an email or whatever, trying to get it back.
Good luck with that. Do you remember the first thing it happened to me, Jimmy, when I had the bot chat open and it was giving me all the generic answers and stuff like that? And then they took away my ability to talk to the chat bot. Well, now in the mail that people are getting now when they're getting hit with this same demonetization, there's actually a segment on it telling you that you've now lost your ability to contact the creator team because they've obviously had so many people complaining that they've actually had to close that down because people are just going off their heads.
That's because they realized that they found the nerve that they could pull because people have literally gone over and started making careers out of being on YouTube. And they quit their jobs, and everything they do is focused around YouTube. And they realize that when they pinch that nerve and turn off your money, that a lot of those YouTube creators that make the stuff they don't like are going to go, they're just going to go away.
Well, you see, they're not going to get rid of me. But do you know what I actually think has happened? Let's go, Scotty. Let's get some action. You know what I think's happened? I think this algorithm, it's rightly found that there's other people with my material up there. Okay, so you've got 2 copies at least of, say, one show, and I'm sure it's a lot more. But just for argument's sake, some fake channel over there uploads all my stuff. It identifies that my stuff is uploaded somewhere else, and instead, this is what I think is happening. Instead of the algorithm identifying the earliest copy and posting that as the original, I think it's just deeming everything, any of the copies, even the original. It's not looking at the dates. It's just closing down anything that there's a duplication for.
Yeah, it's a machine learning that's just, it's picking up similarities and it's not perfect, right? So it's kind of like what we were talking about where, you know, it can pick up that if people are playing PUBG, I mean, the game looks very similar on no matter who's playing it, right?
Yep.
And so it can pick that up as a possible duplication, even though it's just a bunch of people playing the same game.
It says we should be able to game so long as you are talking over the top of it and providing commentary, and you're not just going with straight gameplay. So what we're doing here just now, Jimmy, should keep it safe. But again, I've not got demonetization to worry about because it's gone anyway. So,
well, I'm going to tell you something that I noticed. I haven't heard anyone talk about it, so I'll talk about it right here, right now. So my co-host and I, Rio, were getting ready for the show we were doing, and he was mentioning to me that he's seeing videos that have only been up for a couple of weeks or whatever, and they got 16 million views on them. And what came to me was that what they're doing is they've now they're taking control back of all the information and all the videos and all the music. And how they're doing it is they're putting out something called an official video. And when this official video gets put out, what they do is they absorb
right. We need to get moving,
all the
Scott.
copies. They absorb all the copies numbers into one giant number to show how popular that song is. And then they systematically eliminate everything that's not an official video by putting a code in the official video that lets the system know the minute it sees that code that it will not allow that video to be uploaded anymore.
Yeah, that makes a bit of sense, Jim. Bloody blue circles coming, Scott. There's only 23 people left, dude.
Yeah.
If we can play hide and seek, we'll be jamming here, man. There's a level 2 vest if you need it. Jimmy, you're like our scout. Jimmy's about 9 seconds behind in the gameplay, so probably not the best scout to have, eh? I'm going for that bad boy. That will do me just nicely.
And I have no idea, like, which guns are better than what in this game.
Dude,
you know, like,
come on. We're just happy to be running around.
Yeah, exactly. We're
happy to blue death.
You're very close to the edge.
Shit, dude.
You need to...
There's only 22 people left. We're going to start running into them in a minute.
Yeah, I know. It's about to start getting dicey, man.
It's about to start getting... Shit's going to get real, folks. Shit is going to get real.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. It's like a tension in the air.
Yeah, it is. It's getting a little tense now.
I can't wait till we're on Call of Duties. Absolutely wasting the shit out of zombies, man. That's what it's all about, dude. Yes, folks. Kev's language gets a little more colourful in a game. That's also another kind of beauty of live streaming. Not that I'm not myself on the show, but I kind of hold myself to a more professional level. Because I've got so much time and respect for the network and the geos, and just because when you're on air, you know, I don't know, it just sounds a bit crass. People that let the language kind of flow on there. Whereas now that I'm kind of inviting you into the house gaming, that's a different scenario, Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna go over here and look for bad guys. I can hear shooting, dude.
Yeah. 16
Shit,
alive, so
16 left. Shit.
we are among that 16.
Right. So there's 8 teams left, dude. We're one of them. That doesn't say much for the teams that are in it. Oh, that door's open. There's dudes about here.
Ooh, okay. Circle's closing in.
Close the door. Shit, the circle's coming right enough, man. We need to move. Shit. Let's go.
Oh, God.
It's okay. We can,
Oh, God.
It's okay. We've got, like, medical shit. We'll be alright. Right, stand up and run.
Run.
Yeah, run, you fuckface.
Run. Oh, God.
Can you imagine, like, that was the real world? Like, you were going to the shops, and you're just walking to the shops, and all of a sudden behind you, a mad force field making you run to the shops, dude.
Man, the chat's trying to help you guys out, telling you what to do.
Oh, we're
Telling you to
running.
hide.
We're running. Run, Forrest. The end's in sight. We're nearly there, Scott. We're nearly there.
Yeah, we're about to start running into people.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Oh, God, I hear gunshots big
That's
time.
not a gun. That's a
I hear
cannon.
gunshots.
It's a fucking cannon. Where the... Oh.
Okay. Oh, no.
Oh, man, he got me. Dude, I nearly took
He
his
gets
head
you?
off.
I got him. I
God.
killed him.
Right, come and help me, man. I'm not dead yet. First aid
Oh, my
kit.
God. I'm going to have to...
Run to me, dude. Run
I'm
to
not
me.
going to be able to make it. I'm not going to be able to make it.
Oh, no, I'm dead.
Oh, no. I got to get back out of the circle. Jesus. No. No. Well, I'm dead.
Our team was 7th, dude. I think that's pretty damn good going.
Yeah, 7th place. Not bad.
Hey,
Now they come in like They came in like vultures and looted my body.
Right, can I leave these
blood
trusty people, Jimmy, in your hands till I go and make a quick coffee?
Yeah, there's blood on the lens. You guys got blood on the lens.
Dude, I did not harm anyone in the making of this, honestly.
So, Scotty,
What's up?
how much you guys gonna start a fresh game coming up?
Yeah, whenever he gets back, we'll probably jump in again.
Everybody was talking about it in the chat, saying you guys were brand new at number 7. They were giving you guys some ribbons.
Well, you know, it's not my first time playing a game. It's just my first time really playing this particular game. So there are some skills that you can bring over from other shooters and stuff. So, but once I really play this game a bunch and I kind of really get into like a pattern of what I need to do and what the best guns are and when the best time to use the items is and all that stuff, I'll probably be doing a lot better.
Buzzacino's giving you guys props too. You guys are getting big time. So good going, eh? Not bad. It's looking pretty good. I mean, it looks good on screen. I got it. I mean, I had it on full screen and stuff. It looks really good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's just too bad that Facebook was acting all weird today, or I'd be streaming it live on my page. But oh well. Kev's got my back. The Kev Baker Show live stream is handling business, man.
Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, we did a Malcolm X show on Saturday night, Scotty, and I put together a part of a speech that he did where he exposed the big 6 of the civil rights movement. It was pretty good, and Kristen was there for the show, and that was fun. So I was stoked to see her there.
Yeah, a lot of the civil rights movement was controlled opposition. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. And Malcolm X, especially towards the end of his life, really started waking up to a lot of what was going on. And he realized the divide and conquer tactic that was being used of pitting whites versus black when it was really everybody versus the elite, you know? So, and then obviously you see he wasn't alive for very long after that. So
yeah, so
very interesting.
I brought a whole bunch of stuff to the table, a whole bunch of his speeches and stuff, and I put them. I sewed together about 45 minutes worth of stuff, and just put all together in one big chunk. And so it pretty much exposes. I mean, it shows how the meeting was held, how much money was given. It was $800,000 to split between 3 guys. And then they brought in somebody to oversee the whole thing. And they brought a bunch of New York PR firms in about the Civil Rights March on Washington. And he talked about how it was organic to begin with and how they turned it into a quote unquote circus. There's that word nobody likes now. He said it turned it from a demonstration, organic demonstration march to a picnic on the lawn, and all these white Northerners were in charge of the whole thing, which was interesting. And the meeting was held at the very hotel that was owned by the Kennedys. It's too much, man. Seriously, I mean, someone can make stuff like this up, but I'm pretty sure this is the way it went down. Just because, I mean, he was giving that speech right when it was happening, so that he literally had the article on a clipboard and he was pointing to it.
Yeah.
He was pointing. You back, man?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I am. We're raring to go, I think. We're raring to go, Scott.
You're ready?
Oh, I'm ready, man. That's really filled me full of confidence, dude. We done well there.
Looks like Bella.
Yeah. It wasn't a catastrophic failure like the first at the beginning there.
Hang on, I think Jimmy's found himself a new fan in the chat room. Have you got a new listener, Jimbo?
No, we were just talking, while you were gone, Scotty and I were just mentioning, because Kristen mentioned that she enjoyed the Malcolm X thing that I did, and we were kind of talking about it. And then Bella joined the chat. So, I mean, the chat is going off. It's really super active, man. I'm glad to be here. It's really
for a gaming stream, dude. I'm pretty impressed. 50, 52. That's probably 50 more than I thought we would get. So I'm absolutely delighted. And of course, it'll be there in the archive. People will be able to watch it after. And I think we'll probably get some pretty good comedy moments, if nothing else, when we're playing this together, guys.
Yeah, and I'll upload this on Facebook.
Yeah.
Since the live stream just...
You think about it, though, right? When I started gaming, if somebody had told me when I was like, I don't know,
I'm telling you,
10 years old.
Listen, all you got to do is open up Chrome on Facebook, go live, do the desktop feature, and then put the desktop over your OBS, and you'll be able to broadcast right in there, man.
I'm gonna mark it somewhere.
I might try that next time.
How about
All right,
we're gonna go to
where we're gonna.
We're gonna go to Tatmock. Marker down.
All right.
Yes, marker is down. Bravo 20. This just makes me want to be back in the military a bit, though. Go on, Jimmy. Say it. I'm mind controlled. I know it.
You are.
I totally appreciate that. I mean, I've said it in shows myself, right? But at the same time, I was an absolute goofball before I went to the military, man. I don't know how I would have ended out. So I don't know. I can certainly thank it for shaping me into the dude you see today.
There are some aspects of it that do help, especially if you lack structure in your life, and it helps people
make a man out of you, boy.
Make a man out of you, boy. But like for people who who can't seem to like stay on schedule or stay on task with things or procrastinate. Well, you know, just general stuff
my
like,
God,
oh
dude.
no, oh God.
We dropped in hot.
I played this admiral from the Navy SEALs gave well,
that was that.
That was short-lived.
Did you just shoot yourself?
No, we both got absolutely fucking wasted. Right, Scott, let's go to the far edge of the map.
So
we'll try that.
Right now, what I'm seeing on the screen on YouTube is you just jumping out of the plane.
All right, cool.
So
yeah, you're about to witness a catastrophic failure
of epic proportions. Like as in epic. Do you think there's like the quickest game of PUBG ever? Do you think we could enter that? That's got to be one of the quickest games of PUBG ever, right?
I don't know. I've seen video of like a dude literally like dying as soon as he hit the ground. So.
Dying in the parachute.
Exactly.
Thank goodness I watched Uni playing this first before I had a go. Or I would have been one of those cats still floating about in the air getting shot at while everyone else is running about on the ground, man.
All right, well, your game...
Yeah, I mean, I've watched people play it, so I have a general, you know, I had already had a general idea of like what you needed to do and stuff like that, but...
Your game just canceled out just now, so that's how long the delay is. It looks like you got a pretty long delay going on, not probably because they're...
That's okay, but that won't matter to anyone else because they'll just be watching the stream.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, so you know how long you got. I think it's like at least a 30-second delay.
Oh, easy 30 seconds, dude. I would say.
Yeah, Facebook live stream is something like 10, 15 seconds, maybe a little bit more, but yeah.
Come on, Private Pile, where are you, man? Oh, that is what I need to get loaded up. A gunny soundboard. That'd be very apt.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, Jimmy, if gunny's enough to get you banned nowadays, man. There's a naked dude. Why is there a naked dude?
Well, I was playing the other night on that backwards masking show. I played some stuff that was from the Dave Chappelle show.
He's cool.
I know, and by today's standards, though, they could be considered hate speech. And what was really funny was when I told Rio we got revoked, he was like, "Dude, I knew it. It was that Dave Chappelle." And I go, "No, man, they don't care about Dave Chappelle. All they care about is that I'm trying to make money with third-party advertisers, man. They don't care about hate speech at all. They care about commercials running on my YouTube channel that they're not getting money for."
Hang on. GeoShift, where did you put down a marker? Did you? You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you jump out?
Oh,
man, I'm coming. I'll find you.
Oh, no. Where are you at, dude?
I'll find you, dude. I'm coming.
Oh, God. I see you. You're
God.
far out there.
Oh,
God. Jesus. I'm just going to have to...
I had set one on the far side of the map. But I forgot to tell you.
Oh, yeah. We were going to go on the... Okay.
I'm not going to be too far from you, Scott. I'm not going to be too far, man. I see you. Coming in hot. Oh, yeah, we've got a little village there. That's looking good, man.
Okay. I just hope nobody...
Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a game and you could like get all your like least favorite YouTubers and celebrities and things like that and you could go up against them? I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Not that I've got any least favorite YouTubers, Sather.
Well, I guess I'll pick up this machete.
See, I hate it when you end up on a map like this, dude. There's some maps have got heaps of shit. And some maps are just heaps of shit.
The items just kind of randomly spawn.
There we go.
I think.
I hope. There's not a mad item god. An inventory god. There we go. A little bit of that. Just passed a crazy dude on the stair with a machete, man. Did you ever like the game Half-Life?
We are in Mexico, you know.
Half-Life. Did you ever play that one?
Oh yeah, dude, love Half-Life.
Yeah, I loved that game. That was brilliant.
I like the whole premise behind it. It's definitely got a lot of woo.
Yeah, a lot of these games. See, this is another thing that I'm kind of excited about doing the gaming stuff. See the amount of symbology and the programming that's in gaming. I think it's on a par, sometimes even more replete than what you see in Hollywood. And there's so few people speak about it. Yeah, you talk about all the stuff in the Hollywood movies. Everyone's into that, right? So I think it's going to be kind of interesting to point out some of the stuff that we see in the games that relate directly to what we're seeing in the real world. We need to get you a gun, dude.
Yeah.
Of any description.
No, definitely. It's something that I've been trying to talk about a lot.
You take that one, Scott. You take that.
Oh. Because anymore, these huge, AAA title games, they have a budget on par, if not bigger than some movies.
Exactly.
I mean, they even bring in Hollywood actors to do voiceovers and well, look, that one Call of Duty, it had Kevin Spacey.
Yep.
He was like the main guy in it. And they even used his face and everything on the 3D models. So
not so much anymore, eh?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
maybe Harvey Weinstein.
Back in hindsight.
Maybe Harvey Weinstein will get his job. I only joke. Right, we need to get out of here, dude. This place is poor. Map.
Yeah.
Right, we need to get into this volcano. That's where we're going, man. We're taking GeoShift into the volcano. Come on, Jimbo, what's happening in the chat room, man? Jimbo's departed us, honey. Somebody in the chat room says they love watching Fortnite. Have you ever played that, Scott?
Yeah, I tried it a few times.
I don't know, dude.
I can see the appeal of it. I can understand why it's so popular, but that whole cartoony style, I guess you could say,
that's what puts me off it.
It's not too appealing for me.
Nah, same here.
I like something that looks a little more realistic, and I think the only game that kind of had that cartoony style that I actually enjoyed playing was like Team Fortress 2. But that's just because the gameplay was so damn good in Team Fortress 2.
Again, it's down to the gameplay, man.
Yeah, I was willing to overlook the cartoony nature of it to play it.
Shit, dude. This map's poor.
Yeah, we're kind of...
Right, where's the circle? Are we in the circle? Oh, we're well in it, dude.
You guys should get some of those classic game consoles where you can play like the old games like Defender.
Oh, I have all those. Yeah, I have all those. I got Atari emulators, Nintendo emulator.
You guys should play some of that older shit, man.
SNES emulator.
I loved the Atari, man. It was fucking great.
Yeah. You guys should be playing some. If you want to have some good discussions, man, have some discussions playing a game of Pong on Atari. You don't have to concentrate too much till it gets going.
I've got tracking sights. I've got everything. I've got everything I need for a cracking gun, apart from the gun.
I know, and I got I've got a lever action Pioneer rifle.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go shoot some prairie dogs or some shit.
Oh shit, we've got some stuff on here, man.
Okay, what we got going on here?
More fuck.
Okay, I'll take the sidearm.
So what's the chat room saying, Jimbo?
They're all shouting out. Classic games.
What's their favorite? Come on, what one's the favorite?
Favorites, just going.
What's your favorite classic game, guys? Let me know.
Yeah, so he's going. One Polly said Cubert. Let's see what else.
I like Zelda, man.
Let me scroll back. Zelda was a great game.
I thought so, dude.
That was one of the first. I didn't have a TV for like 5 years, and then I started playing Zelda, and I bought a TV, and that was my first game that I bought.
You know what my favorite game was? It was the first game I like actually played through and beat when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Galaga. Kristen said.
Nah. Well, that's it. Galaga? Yeah, Galaga was good. No, yeah. It was Contra.
That sounds good, man.
Man, I played San Andreas so much that when I'd leave the house and I'd go to the coffee house and I'd be sitting outside drinking my coffee, if some dude would drive by on a motorcycle, I'd think about jumping it and taking the guy's bike.
Dude, I've got so much shit here, man. I can't use half of it. Look at it. Oh my fuck. I need a good gun, man.
What, you got a shotgun?
Yeah. I've got a red dot sight on my pistol. That'll do me. Probably better than that shotgun I've got.
Polynation said Contra ruled.
Anyone play the space game Elite? You were like a mad trader. You would go and like, it was awesome. You would mine stuff from planets and go to another planet and sell it. And oh man, it was so basic. It was just like your spaceship was literally just a triangle.
So basically, it was kind of like the old school version of what like No Man's Sky is now.
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. Absolutely, the crudest, rudimentariest version of that. But that No Man's Sky, I mean, is that not meant to be like full of bugs, even after like all the hype about it?
I guess it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
You know, that they finally come out with some patch or some big update, but I think what happened with No Man's Sky is that they built up all this hype around it, and to be honest, I just don't think they were ready. I don't think the game was really finished.
Didn't sound like it.
And they released it.
I was gonna say
it just kind of. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was just gonna say, did you guys ever play that? Did you ever play Silent Hill?
Yeah, like man, that was a scary one, dude.
Oh yeah,
the original one with like. I mean, the graphics weren't that good when those weird dogs would attack you.
Again, see, it's the graphics. You can forgive graphics, can't you? If you've got the storyline and shit.
Yeah, that was a scary game, man.
It's like that.
The thing is that when you have games like that, like the PlayStation 1 games and some, the graphics were like not good, right? But it was enough to where you could kind of use your imagination a little bit, and it made it that much more creepy. You know what I mean? Like the characters they were defined, but they weren't that defined. So in a game like Silent Hill, when something really kind of creepy and scary was happening, you could see the character and you kind of had an idea what was going on, but your mind was also left to kind of fill in the gaps. And
I've got a gun.
It made it that much.
Kind of like reading a book, Scotty, eh? You know, you had to use your imagination too, not just, hear, music or whatever. You had to actually use your imagination. Yeah,
exactly.
There's a bunch of games going by. Frogger. I mean, it's going by so fast I can't keep up with it.
I'm actually really, 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 really humbled at the fact we've got 50 odd people in there. That's awesome.
I know.
You remember River Raid on the Atari? Had to try and. Okay. It was kind of a cool game.
Hey, Kristen,
you had to like fly this plane down the river, or like down a river or whatever, and you had to make sure that you flew over these fuel areas, and so you didn't run out of fuel, so you could keep going as long as you could. and
Oh, Scotty, we've
it
got a
just got
truck,
harder
man.
and harder.
We've got a truck.
Oh, we do got a truck, don't?
Hey, Mr. Mensa just showed up in the chat.
Mr.
Hey,
Mensa?
Mr. Mensa. Yeah.
That's a cool name, man.
Red Alert Generals. He said.
Is he
Yeah,
talking
that's a
about
good
us
game.
or is it?
Good
Yeah.
RTS.
Kristen said Mortal Kombat. She also said Guitar Hero. That'd be kind of cool to see you guys playing Guitar Hero.
What
on
the
this.
hell am I trying to drive through here, Scott?
I don't know.
This is insane.
I'm just hanging out of the window with my gun.
Right, I think that's us into a bit of clear ground now. Thank goodness for that, man. Good golly,
That's a good
Miss
thing
Molly.
we're in a good thing we're in a Bronco or whatever. Good little off-road vehicle here.
Right, let's get ourselves into that circle, dude. Top of the hill. We'll try and kill some
Yeah.
dudes.
Matt says if he wasn't at work, he'd love to join you guys playing PUBG.
Hey, Matt, listen, dude. Kev Baker Show on Steam. Get me added up, man. Well, I'm sure myself and Scotty and Jimmy, you know, we'll have plenty of people coming into the game with us. Let's face it, we need the help, Scott.
Yeah.
Right, let's jump out
Yes,
here, man.
Geo Shift on Steam. You can add me too.
Right, let's jump out, dude. Right, now I've got the real gun.
I still got my Pioneer gun.
Where are we going? We're going over here.
We're gonna
Access through Christ just came in the chat and asked if this is just talk about games or could they watch the game and hear some woo.
Oh, some woo.
Oh, wait, we got somebody in a car. We got somebody in a car in front of us.
We have, dude. 2 seconds and we'll definitely... What kind of woo do they want to talk, Jimmy? That's what it's all about. We'll talk about any old woo.
Yeah, so in the chat, go ahead and tell us what kind of woo you want to get into, and we will definitely get into it. I'm eyeballing the chat for these guys while they're watching their own backs on the video screen.
There was another sighting of Nessie the other day. I know that... Oh, I've got one here. Oh no, I've
I'm
not
hearing
reloaded.
gunshots.
There's somebody in this house over here, dude.
Are they?
Roll the losing dice in the chat. Wants to know if you ever saw a
Bastard, I missed it. Well, Scotty, I've started a shitstorm, man.
Yeah.
They're saying reptilians.
Oh god, they threw a grenade. Back up.
Oh, there's 2 in there. There's 2 in there, dude. There's 2. Oh shit. Ah!
All I got is my Pioneer rifle.
Holy shit, dude! I got shot in the back. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, I'm dead again.
Did they take you out?
Oh, that was just... They raped me, man. I'm sorry, but they raped me. There was no need for that. Oh,
Oh.
they just emptied a full fucking magazine into me. That's just overkill.
I know. I saw that they wounded you, and then he just walked up and just dumped on you.
Hey,
See-
they want to hear about fallen angels. They want to hear about the lizard people or reptilians.
Ooh.
They want to hear about if you've ever seen a Sasquatch or have you ever heard a real story of a Sasquatch. I mean, everybody in there is raring to go with the woo, man.
Got a real story on Nessie. Comes from the family. Comes from my mum. Got a couple of stories on Nessie. I mean, you've got the one where she herself and my stepdad, they were driving up the A82 and there's a place called Urquhart Castle. And it's the same as Anthony Patch's wife's name, Kathleen Urquhart. But that's by the by. And just down from there's a big straight bit of road. And it goes down steep, as you can imagine. Loch Ness, it's got hills on either side. So it goes down steep towards the loch. And my mum and my stepdad, and they've lived there all their lives at this point, and they'd certainly never seen anything up until then. But they described seeing what was no hump, no long neck, more like almost a whale, that shape, just underneath the surface of the water, but enough to be causing a wake on the surface. And it shocked the both of them. And when they finally got to a lay-by where they could actually pull in and investigate, look further, it was gone. And that's the part of the loch that it drops down, there's shelves, and it goes to really, really deep parts right there. So what that was, they don't know. But then when I was on Clyde Lewis, I think people were really blown away by this one. It's the fact I was talking about the Kelpies. And the Kelpies are like a paranormal, a supernatural kind of animal associated with Scotland, and more so associated with bodies of water. And the Kelpie, they call it magical, they call it mystical. And then back in the 40s, 50s time, it was my granda, or my great-granda. He was working with another bunch of guys up the loch, and they were cycling on the way to the loch one morning to where they were working. And it was foggy, it was misty, so you had that kind of mist on the loch. And then on the other side of them, there was the hill again, going up the other way. And this was closer to Fort Augustus this time. And this is a story that a lot of people tell in the village. And it's a small village. It's bigger now, but it's one of these places where, you know, an oral tradition still exists because these stories are handed down. And they talk about the fact that all of the guys there just absolutely had to come to a halt. Because coming down off the hill was a horse. And get this, it sounds totally bizarre, but think of the 40s, 50s time. Certainly not the kind of thing you're going to make up either. Because they said on the back of the horse was what could only be described as a man dressed like a Red Indian. The full headdress on, feathers, everything. But if that wasn't bizarre enough, the horse went right across their path. It paid absolutely no attention to them, man or horse. Continued down towards the loch, and then just walked in and kept walking till it all disappeared. Now,
whoa,
that's bizarre,
that's
Scott.
crazy.
And that's why, you know, I say, when I was on with Clyde, I really, away from the Loch Ness monster, it's more reminiscent of something we call the Kelpie. And the Kelpie's a shapeshifter as well. So the various different sightings, some with the long neck, some without, some with humps, some without. Again, that doesn't rule out the Kelpie. In fact, it actually makes more of a case for some shape-shifting entity there. And people, and we've had Nick Redfern on the show, and he's right. We both said it, you know, it got worse after Crowley had been in the area, and he'd been working his magic. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that it was St. Columba, way, way back in the day, when the word of Christianity was just getting spread around, that he came, and when he was in Fort Augustus, he had to bless the loch because he said it was creatures in there, or a creature in there that was from the bowels of hell. Now, people might say that that was a story made up to make people convert or to take on board Christianity. The Ooga Booga, you know, take this book, follow this Lord to protect yourself. I get that. But then over time, and some of the eyewitness testimony from locals that I know, and listen, it's not the kind of thing that if you're a local, you shout about, because it's going to bring you ridicule. When you walk into the pub, everyone knows you, and you'll soon become, oh, there's that loon ball that's seen Nessie. So for locals to share their stories of things, it adds more credibility for me. And of course, being from that area, you know, I'm kind of steeped in that tradition, that kind of atmosphere, and it's a weird atmosphere up there. And whether that's what attracted Crowley to the area, because there is some kind of vortex naturally, and perhaps on top of that, him adding to the energies and opening more portals, something very bizarre up there, folks. And over in America, you know, these lake monsters, it's not as if it's just over here in Scotland. You got Champ, you've got other ones over there. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Me, I think there is something in the loch and around the loch, but I don't call it a monster. And another weird one, just quickly before I hand it over to you guys, I mean, Invermorriston, that's another little village right on the banks of Loch Ness. And it was my mum's friend, her father, he had a croft, and they were up on the hillside one day. It's just up from the loch, it's not on Loch Ness, but you can see the loch from there. And it was an event, and I call it an event because this is bizarre. I mean, how do you describe this? It was like a ball of fire came down, not out of the high sky, but just they caught kind of glimpse of it, maybe when it was about just above head height. And this ball of fire then slowly came down towards where the path was, the track. and then just hovered until it was out of sight, like a ball of plasma. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's nothing related to the monster. Probably not, but I tell you what, that whole area, there's so much shit goes on. It's bizarre. It really is bizarre, guys. So I hope that opens up the word.
I wonder if it was ball lightning, and I think my youngest brother may have witnessed ball lightning because we just had a storm. You know, it was we'd been in storms all day, and he looked out the window, or something caught his eye, and he's like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "What?" And he said, "I saw like a ball of light move across the sky," and I was like, "What?" And he said, "I was like, well, was it lightning?" He's like, "No, it was like a ball of light." I was like, you know, so.
You know, back in the time frame I'm talking about, Scott, it could easily have been ball lightning. I mean, how many people back then were talking, before my time, so over 40 odd years ago, how many people were talking about the phenomena of ball lightning? Probably nobody. So they would have had no point of reference. So, I mean, logically speaking, that's probably high up there statistically for what they've seen. Or was it? Booga, woogie, woogie, boogies. What do you think, Jimbo? Come on, man. Give us your ooga boogas, Jimbo. And me and Scott will ready up. You want our one, Scott?
Yeah, let's go for another one.
Let's do it, man.
The chat is enjoying the woo for sure. And
Julian Sanchez, just another day in Scotland. Julian, you obviously, you know what it's like over here, dude. This place is absolutely crazy. Crazy, insane, bonkers mad.
Yeah, just another day in the land of Nessie.
Rolling the losing dice says, "Hey Kev, I appreciate your shows, man. I listen to you and Anthony Pat's show at work every day. Helps me get through." It's nice to know. It's nice to hear, right, Kev?
Dude, honestly. I really sometimes I don't know how to react to that, because it's very humbling. And in the end of the day, I'm no more important than anyone else here. I just happen to have the mic. Now got a machine that can stream. So, yeah, really, it really kind of perks up the confidence, Jimbo. Absolutely. Nice hearing that.
Ruth was saying that her great grand used to leave milk and cookies outside for the wee people. That's cool, man.
Lots of fairy stories in Scotland, boys. Lots of fairy stories. I think I've said to you before.
You know what, Kev? My mom is very skeptical about the fairies. Yeah. I don't know why she's very skeptical about them.
Same here as well, dude.
She's open to a lot of things, but for some reason, when we bring up fairies and stuff like that, she's like, and I'm like, why can't it be a possibility, man?
Well, Tana, let me tell you, I absolutely share, and I shared your kind of whole suspicion around the fairies. And there was one Coast to Coast I remember listening to, and I used to take Coast to Coast in for my friend at work. We would share the MP3s. I'd put it on his phone, and I regretted bringing this one in about 5 minutes into listening to it, because it was about somebody who had been into Starbucks, and it was a fairy on the counter who had given them their change that they had forgotten. And I'm thinking to myself, good Lord, fairies in Starbucks. And then over time, I started not thinking about it, but more stuff started coming my way. We've done Freaky Fridays. And then, of course, up where my mum lives now, and this is what really made me kind of shift my idea on this. Again, I'm not convinced.
Before you go on, where are we jumping?
You choose. You do it, dude. You do it.
Okay, we'll go to the edge. I'll just mark it right there. Okay.
You do it. Yeah, so what it was, up her way, up in the Black Isle near Dingwall, up Strathpeffer way, I believe it is, there's something called the Fairy Glen. Now, we often talk about on the show, you know, how nothing's kind of fictional, it's not made up, everything's kind of based in some kind of fact. And why not? And I often talk about the forests as well, the trees, right? How weird the trees are, the energy. We've got the people go missing in the forest, stuff like that. I've jumped, Scott. So, Could it be? And again, I'm totally seeing where Tana comes from, but if we're open to the fact that a big hairy monster like the Sasquatch might be interdimensional, then who's to say what resides in the other dimensions? I hope the fairies aren't with the Sasquatch, because if the Sasquatch stands on them, there's going to be problems. It'll be like us with an ant.
Yeah, and there's too many stories of like fairies and small humanoid creatures.
Now, come on, Scott,
around the
you've
world,
got to be
I think-
careful here. I'm only like 5.5 foot, so you got to be kind of sensitive to the situation here. I could become triggered at any point.
Yes, I don't want to. I don't want to offend.
I'm like knee high to a grasshopper. Hey, grasshopper.
You know, I had that. Next time we do Freaky Friday, I'll bring that story up because there's a
Right, dude, let's
was
just
a
go
very
let's go raiding houses until we get guns.
See, I think
Okay.
the thing about a lot of these tales that we were told when we were kids, these little fairy tales, after doing all the research and finding out that there's a such thing as giants, you know, and all this, maybe these outlandish tales about all these mythical creatures aren't really so outlandish after all, you know?
Oh, agreed, Jimmy. Agreed. And you mentioned the Nephilim and fallen angels there, right? I'm sorry, but I still can't move away from the giant of Kandahar anytime we talk about this topic. Now, even if people turn around and say, well, that giant of Kandahar, what a heap of baloney that is. I don't know why, but there's almost like some kind of gut feeling within me that even if that story pans out not to be as true as we think, and that was US Special Forces who claimed that there was like an 8-foot giant in a cave over in Kandahar, I honestly do think that there's something to that whole topic. Absolutely. Could be wrong. I mean, obviously I've not seen an Nephilim with my own eyes. Not seen one of these big ginger giants. But I'm very open to that.
Did you ever hear the speculation that the Moab that was dropped in Afghanistan
Yep.
was actually to take out a cave system of those giants?
Yep. And I'm very, very open to that idea as well. Again, though, can I prove it? Definitely not.
No.
No.
But it's a very interesting.
You go, man. You
Thing to
take that
think
first.
about.
You take the first aid kit, dude. What do you think, Jimmy?
I was just reading the chat and they were saying David Bell just said, "Hey, did you just say fairy tales?"
Yeah. See, there you go.
There you
Why
go.
are they called fairy tales?
Exactly.
Yeah. See, it's
I mean,
fun.
you have to trace back the origin of everything and find out what the meaning of why they're called what they are. And
What's that called again? Etymology or something? The origins of words?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, someone who's really good at getting into that is Kriston Harris.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah,
About
yeah, he knows the giants big time.
yeah, and just the whole thing of like back tracing the origins of words and what they really mean, and
That too.
mhm.
Jordan Maxwell, I think he's my favourite at doing all that stuff, man.
and why it's called spelling,
Oh, Scotty
because
boy.
you're. Ooh, what we got in here?
Got a gun. You got a vest?
Ooh. Yeah, level 3 vest. So
Nice, dude. Right, get that. Get that.
don't
loaded.
have a gun. Oh, now I got a gun. Oh yeah, now we're talking.
The gun you want is the mutant.
Now,
I think it's the AK-47 mutant. It's a beaster, man. So
you know
come on.
what? It don't matter what game it is, what shooter game it is. The AK-47 is always a good gun.
Yep. So come on then, Jimmy. What other topics are you gonna hit us with? This is like the woo Inquisition. I love it, man.
I know. Well, they're still talking about fallen angels and giants
Cool.
right now.
Cool.
There,
That's cool.
Mr. Mensa is mentioning spelling, emphasizing on the word spell.
Yep.
Yep, that's what I mean. And curse,
Yep.
writing cursive,
Well,
linking.
the thing
You're linking letters together or symbols.
We need
You
to
know, if you
move
just
in a
want to
bit,
look at a
dude.
letter as a symbol.
Let's move
Well,
in a bit.
So,
Ishmael in the chat just said something about slang is a secret language, and that's really interesting because I've been doing a lot of research on coding in language for the last month or so, and man, there is so much coding going on that literally, I swear, you could probably read a book that
When you
means
go, Scott, you get
something.
that.
You could read a book that means something to you by reading it, but somebody else who's reading it with a coded eye sees a whole different book than you do.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Really
convinced.
interesting.
I'm convinced a lot of the stories. Okay, maybe not a lot of the stories that we see in print media, but I think a lot of stories that they're out there for some other objective as opposed to what it appears to be about. You read some of them and you think that it's not even much of a story. But again, if you think to yourself then, but maybe if I know how to decode what they're saying here, and there's usually numbers, usually happens when there's lots of numbers in an article. That gets me a bit suspicious at times, you know?
Well, it's
yeah,
like
and it makes sense because if they put subliminals in commercials and television, you know, who
You got a site?
why
You got a
wouldn't they
site,
be able
Scott?
to put subliminals in print media?
You got a site?
well, it's
No.
There's one. Never
it's
mind.
about
There we go.
it's about the phonetic Kabbalah, and it's about ways that words are coded by the phonetic quality and also by the cadence of how it's spoken. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was even people that were specifically writing forward for what it means backward. And even then what you get out of the backward meaning is a coded thing to point you in another direction. So a lot of this information that we see isn't even.
It's like a riddle wrapped up in a crossword and then wrapped up in another riddle.
Right. Like when you see these books, like people have found books that contain ancient manuscripts with different ways to conjure this or conjure that. And yeah, it says that there's a book and it's written, that's true, but there is also a code below that if unless you were one of the initiates from that group of people that you didn't understand what the code was, you may get information from that, but not the real information.
Yeah, man.
That's just like a dummy, you know, to fool the uninitiated, which is, you know, you see a lot of this information that's out there on the internet, plain and simple for everybody to just see. Just know that those aren't, you know, necessarily the real. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about for people who haven't heard, it's about a group of CIA operatives who work in an office building, and they basically read books that are published from around the world to get messages from deep cover, you know, agents or whatever. And so the whole movie is based around Robert Redford and this group of people are reading these books, and they got a hold of something they shouldn't have seen. And so he goes out for lunch, and when he goes out to lunch, the hit squad takes everybody out.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, now. So you all good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. That's a bit like, you know, there's a TV show that was just on recently called Condor. And that's basically what happens there. You've got a bunch of IT specialists and they get taken out in a hit. It's very, very good. Well worth watching.
Well, it sounds like they stole the plot line of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, they called it Condor as well. So, I mean, they've probably just, they've updated it. But I'll tell you something else. What was another thing I was watching now? Oh, it's gone out of my mind now, guys. Totally gone out of my mind. Gone.
That's because you can't there's no human being in the world that can multitask.
Women can multitask, dude. Women are great at it.
You wanna try to work our way to the prison? I'm gonna mark the prison here.
Yeah, I was just rolling myself a medication.
A medication stick.
Yeah, for me in the real world, because I find all of this, because I'm such a pacifist, and I usually sit here with my pink pussy hat on, it's really stressing me out.
We got somebody. Hold on.
Where? Oh, dude. Oh, shitty dad. Where is he, dude?
He's at this building over here.
I keep putting my gun away. Holy shit.
I hit him.
Oh, he's up the stair.
Yep.
Oh shit, man, dude, here we go.
Oh,
We're gonna be.
It's
we're
been psychologically proven that you can't multitask.
we gotta go.
Right,
Let's
we're out
run.
here. Run. I'm running.
You can't be a killer while you're rolling a peace stick over there.
Run, Forrest.
Dude, he's wounded bad. I don't think he's gonna make it. We can make it.
Go over and
Oh,
put him
we're
out of his
making it.
misery.
We're there, dude. We're there. Look at that. We're there, Scott. Jamming, but we're in the red zone.
Yeah.
We're about to get hit like shit.
It's not good.
Not good. There's a little hut over
We
here.
gotta get out of here.
There's a hut here, dude. There's gonna be bombs dropping any second.
I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh god.
Yeah, boy. You're not gonna make it anymore. You looking at me?
That's funny.
Right, dude. Jimmy, we need you to get this game, man. We need a 3-man team.
I know. Well, if I had the
Oh, God.
That's what I said, Scott.
Oh god.
Run.
Run. Oh, woo. Well, now.
Oh, Lord. And can I change my name to Private Pile?
That'll make you a pinch a teaspoon off.
I hate it when it goes red, dude. It's messed up.
Yeah, it's like a random death circle.
It's like you've had a good curry the night before. A ring of death. Let's go, boy.
I wonder if that dude made it. or if he died.
You filled him full of lead, dude. Have you had a kill yet, Scott?
Yeah, I've had one
kill.
Good man. It was the guy that took you out, and then I was trying to run to the outside of the circle to save you.
Kristen said you're playing with the big boys now.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Right, come on, dude. Let's
and by
do
big
it.
boys, and by big boys, Kristen means 13-year-olds that are at a high skill level.
It's still got the reflexes about them.
Exactly.
45 left, Scott.
13-year-olds that are kicking our old man asses.
Will we go and investigate this place?
Yeah.
It's a bit close to the circle right enough, man. Get in here and get out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimbo, you need to get yourself armed up, man.
I know. Well, I'm armed up over here, but I just can't use it on that game. I got a peace stick right here.
It'd be awesome if Jimmy gets this game and then he becomes like a badass at it, so he can just like say that he's just like taking out all these young guns.
Gaming
grandpa man is schooling everyone, showing them how it's done.
The gaming
grandpa. That's what I used to like about that Tom Clancy vehicle, was that, you know, you got a lot of points for not killing anybody.
Shit.
Whoa.
That was me.
Bad.
That was me.
Oh God.
Let's go.
Circle. Hold on. We gotta go.
No messing, man. Down. Let's go. Shit.
Oh God. Stuck on the door. Go.
Shit. I missed the door. There we go. It's alright, Scott. We're gonna be alright, dude.
Run.
I've got a
Are
first
we?
aid kit
I don't
and
know.
shit. Yeah, man, we're gonna be fine.
Kristen said her 14-year-old will kick your ass, Scotty.
Yeah. Oh, I do not doubt that one bit.
I need to get the screen capture kind of stuff for the PlayStation. Because I've got heaps of games on the PlayStation, man.
Yeah, and for those of you out there who don't know, Kev is an extremely good FIFA player.
Yes,
So
thank you very much. Very proficient.
CPG Pacifica or CGP Pacifica just came in.
I'm going to have to sit down and heal myself, Scott. I need to get a bandage and shit done, man.
I know, I'm going to have to also. I'm just going to try to run, and I don't even know if I have first aid. I'm just going to go as far as I can. And then
I'm looking good now. I'm looking good. Minute. I'm looking good. Yeah, FIFA. I play FIFA on PS4. The new one's come out. I think it's probably the best installment of FIFA to date. But as with every other FIFA, they're usually good when they first come out, and then the first update that comes along, they totally kill it. So we'll wait and see. But I'm KBS Wookies 19 or 2K19. That's me on there.
One Polly is saying you can we can bet on the games.
Brilliant.
Let's get a book going on the side.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about money on my stream anymore after they demonetized me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm dead.
Oh, dude, you're not. Oh no, you're waiting to be killed. You're waiting to be saved, I think, dude. You're not dead yet.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you're not dead yet. I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I don't know how to fix it.
I waited too long to try to heal.
Have you got anything? Have you got nothing in your thing? What if I throw you?
No.
Hang on, I'm going to throw you a bandage.
Just go, man. Leave me behind.
Oh God, dude, there's bandages there. If that'll
Just
help
go.
you, man. I'm going, man.
Just go.
I'm never making it. Never making it. It's Miles, Scott. Fuckers. Oops. Nah, I'm dead, dude.
We dicked around too long in the buildings.
I think we should dive into the center.
Yeah, you want to just jump into the
hot zone,
into the
man.
melee.
Yeah, into the hot zone. In there.
All right.
We'll have one more, eh?
Yeah, one more sounds good.
So come on, Jimmy. You're the ringleader. You're actually like the producer here. You can take us here, there, or anywhere, man. You must love this. You've now got control of me, just like you always wanted.
He's the ringmaster. He's got the tuxedo. He's got the top hat.
I'm the barker. I'm standing outside the tent, going, "Come on in, ladies and gentlemen."
You see
exactly.
Look at that. I'm showing people my light that I got from one of the listeners. It'll come up in a wee second.
That thing is cool, man.
That is super cool, man. Yeah, super cool. So you'll see that at home in a wee second, probably the same time as I'm talking about it. No idea how this all goes. Right then, exit to lobby.
So the Geos went live on YouTube earlier. On Facebook with Christopher Everard on some of the video they shot over there.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So
I bet that was pretty good.
It was, and tomorrow's going to be a real exciting show for you, Kev.
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be really good on the show. Really looking forward to it.
Did you hear this? Did you hear my leather chair?
Yeah, it sounded like you farting, man.
No, I know.
I'm ready, Scott. I'm ready.
That's why I had to do an Alex Jones clarification.
Did you see my light on screen there, Jimmy? How cool was that?
That thing is so cool, man. I swear to God, 1995, I want one.
They're not even for sale. Poor people think I'm trying to punt merch. It's what a listener sent me. It's 3D printed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you would actually pay for something like that.
Well, that's beyond merch.
Yeah, okay. Definitely, dude. That's like
that's something that people would actually want to have, man.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, man.
That is really cool. You know, he 3D printed that, he said, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he could literally do anything. You could have one a year. Just
Well, I'm
one
gonna
It
send
just
out.
shows,
I'm gonna send out some of the key
just
rings.
shows how awesome 3D printers are,
Yeah.
where you can just print stuff like that. You know, objects. Just it's really cool, and I think one of the cool things about 3D printers is like how they were printing, how people at home were like printing prosthetic arms and
Yep.
prosthetic hands for their kids and stuff like that.
It's a game
that's
changer.
really cool, and it's
a game
Yeah.
changer, man. Absolutely. I love it. I mean, even the likes of that disaster just now over in Indonesia. See if they can 3D print like nuts and bolts and things like that they need to get the infrastructure back to some level. I mean, this is where this kind of thing saves lives. Literally. Game-changing stuff.
Yeah, and the thing about a 3D printer is that it can scale. So you can create a massive, like, 3D printer that basically does the same thing, and they print out entire buildings, you
Yep.
know?
Look at that crazy arch that we always talk about from Palmyra. That's 3D printed, do you know what I mean?
Well, we don't even have
Yep.
to. We don't even have to 3D print anything. We can just send a ship over there with full of empty shipping containers and offload them on there. So people.
I've marked the map, Scotty. On you go, Jim.
No, I'm just saying, just offload shipping containers right now, and there's housing for people right away. They could be, you know, living
Yep.
in those right away just to get, you know, people out of the.
So,
you know,
what happened, guys? Because I heard one report saying that there had been an alert, and then they had lifted it, and then there was another one that said people just didn't take any heed of the alerts. There was some kind of big party on the beach. So, do you guys know what went on there, or any news on that?
You know, I don't know.
I'm out, Scott. I'm jumping.
there's 60,000 people supposedly without a place to live right now, though.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah, man. It's like, you know, they're saying that there's no hospital facilities. They're literally taking care of people. There's flies on everything. The hospital's totally, you know, no good.
No bueno.
This island is Sulawesi. I mean, I used to buy coffee. Special coffee beans comes from that island, Sulawesi. Really good coffee comes from there. But I mean, I think something serious is going on. That, I mean, just with all these weird weather anomalies we've been having, the magnetic field situation, the whole, you know, Kavanaugh distraction. Meanwhile, there's earthquakes going on. I mean, if you look over at Yellowstone, there's been activity.
Well, I'll add something to that. And this ties in with something we've spoke about, the three of us before, right? We've spoke about, remember the Strangelets and CERN?
Yeah.
Now, usually that name there, Strangelets, that's associated with myself and Patch, right? Only people you hear about talking about Strangelets on the internet. People say they don't even exist. Well, the Astronomer Royal, and that's quite a highfalutin position to have. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's got a new book out. And he's talking about CERN, and he's talking about and theorizing about the potential for something called a strangelet to to annihilate the planet and reduce us down to a 300-meter diameter grey goo ball. Now, this is coming from somebody who does have a PhD, and I would argue he's probably got a Nobel laureate from the world of physics, if he's the Astronomer Royal. That was in the media today, folks. And that's not to say it's going to happen, but the reason I bring it up is because, you know, we've faced a lot of criticism over the time, talking about CERN, things like that. Told that we're hyping it up, we're sensationalizing it. And perhaps at times, you know, maybe we have been guilty of that. However, here we have now somebody very highly respected within the world of physics, for what it's worth, but academically, very, very well-to-do and well-respected, and talking about strangelets. And it's a quark gluon condensate. And this is exactly what the article in the Metro, there's one in the Telegraph, I believe, as well. And they're all talking about this, the theoretical potential for strangelets to literally, because they're so dense, so massive that they can. Oh wow, dude, we're under attack from somewhere.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm getting shot in the head.
Crap! Hold on, I can't.
I've got first aid. It's not letting me take it though.
Oh,
You dead?
but I'm hurt pretty bad.
So I'm crawling about, dude.
Oh,
Headshot.
I was killed by Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood took me out, man.
Oh, brilliant. Dirty Harry got us, dude. Come on,
Dirty Harry.
We'll have one more because that was a quick one.
Yeah.
What were we talking about
Hell,
there,
he's
man?
even kind of dressed like a Clint Eastwood. He's got like a duster on.
What the fuck were we talking about?
You were talking about quark gluon condensate.
The Strangelets. There you go. Kind of high up physicists talking about the same thing. So you can probably Google, CERN Strangelet. Go to the Google News or Bing News, and you're going to see it. It's on there. So I thought that was quite interesting, and again, I've read it up, Scott, but almost a confirmation of what we spoke about, right?
Do you guys want me to pipe in Clyde Lewis?
No.
Why?
Because it's my stream, and I don't want to run the risk of any.
Well, yeah, no.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's all right.
No, I'm not trying to talk you into it. I was just asking why.
No, that's why. Plus, I wouldn't start broadcasting, mirroring the show without asking them, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've broadcast this show a million times on my channel.
But that's because you're Jimmy. Push the boat out, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, no, I never got in trouble for doing that.
You know, Clyde would be very, very well fine with us if we were to do that. It's just I don't like doing that without asking, and with the way YouTube is nowadays. Remember, they don't have to claim the copyright for you to get in trouble. If YouTube deem that might be somebody else's copyright material, you're out of there.
Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about your channel. I actually forgot you were broadcasting live on.
Yeah, we're on the big one, and I mean, okay, it's been demonetized. I get that, and that's been a kick in the stones. But you know what? They haven't censored me because here I am, playing my games, talking my truth. So I'll make the most of it while I've still got that. I'd hate to lose over 90,000 subs just because of risking it or pushing the boat a little bit, trying to.
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask you to do that.
I know, dude. I know that.
I forgot you.
Let's go to Paradise Resort.
Oh yes, we're going to Paradise. You see, if I put on my best Sean Connery voice, maybe it will play like James Bond again. Miss Moneypenny. Right, how much do you want to bet within 5 years James Bond's going to be Jemima Bond? You just know it's going to be a chick soon, right?
Yeah. So, is it true that they're going to make Superman like a black dude?
Oh, I didn't hear that, Scott.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm surprised they don't want to make it Michelle Obama.
Superman show.
Oh,
seemingly Kavanaugh grabbed his penis. Michelle Obama's. So the memes say.
So the memes say.
Yeah, those dangerous memes that absolutely terrify everyone in the EU Parliament. Dangerous, pesky memes.
Slag them and tag them.
I just think it's fun. I think that's part of the reason why people
There's
are
a
getting
shotgun there, dude, if you want it.
Burnt out on Hollywood, because
it's a cesspool, man. It's horrible.
No, now it's like the PC culture. Everything is all social justice warrior mentality. They have to meet their diversity quota,
It's the same over here, man. I mean, you can't win a BAFTA, and that's like a British TV award, if you don't tick the diversity box. And I think that's shocking. That you have to actually check off all of this kind of checklist of people that you have to include, be inclusive, all the rest of it. I mean, surely talent alone, a good script, a well-produced kind of TV show or film, that should be enough to win you an award. You shouldn't be discriminated against just because there's not enough women in it, or maybe you haven't portrayed one group or another in a good enough light. I just don't get that. It's a crazy world.
They just passed a law in California, I saw, where these like corporations or like companies or whatever, they have to hire at least one woman, I think, on like within the top corporate structure, like maybe board of directors or something like that. But they have to do it. Even if the woman isn't qualified, they have to hire a woman in that position.
I'm all for everyone having equal rights, but you're in danger here of seeing the seesaw going the other way. And it went the other way a long, long time ago. Long time ago. I mean, we had that scientist on the show the other night, and he was talking about how only 2 women in the history of the Nobel Prize have ever won it. And one, Marie Curie, only got it because her husband insisted on it. And the other one came from UC San Diego. And they talked about her in the newspaper as a housewife from San Diego had won the Nobel Prize for physics. And that was back in the 60s. And I would like to think, we kind of moved away from that kind of mindset and things did become equal. Maybe not totally equal, but that's the way it goes. But the way things are going now, I sometimes joke with Anne, men, heterosexual men, we're going the way of the dodo. We're going to be extinct before too long,
Yeah, and whatever happened to, like hiring somebody based on their qualifications and the merit of like their character and stuff, or, whatever. It's like Martin Luther King Jr. said, it's not the color of your skin, it's the quality of your character and who you are, and so they went completely backwards where they look at everything through this prism of race and gender, and nothing to do with like, is the person a good person? Are they qualified for the job? No, they just they meet the sex or the gender, or the sex or the race criteria, so boom, you're in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Crazy, man. You're like advertising for a job for your company that you've built up all your life, and arguably you're going to have to take, maybe in some cases, the weakest person for that position just because of they tick one box or another. But that's insane.
Yep.
Utterly insane. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying sexism doesn't exist, but it exists on both sides, especially more so nowadays. Same as domestic abuse. It's a pure fallacy that that's only men that attack women. I'm sorry to say that. Probably goes a whole lot more underreported because it's men, because there's a pride thing at stake here with us guys as well. I mean, what guy wants to admit to that? A lot of guys
don't want to report that, because then they're seen as weak, and
there's a stigma attached to it, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jimmy? Jimmy's staying awfully quiet. It's almost like he's thinking, right, Kev and Scott are hanging themselves here, so I'm just going to shut up. Jimbo's away. He's just given up. Jimbo's gone. Right, let's get into the circle, Scott. Have you got enough stuff? Have you got enough stuff? You do more rounds, right enough, but there's a site there if you need it, dude.
I've got an M16 and a shotgun, so.
Ah, an M16, nice. There's a hat there. You've got a hat. Energy drink. Let's get some of that down your Gregory Peck Baker. Get yourself all Red Bulled up. Give yourself wings.
I will take the level 2 backpack, and I will take the bandages.
Nice. Nice. Right, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
Let me get my scope. Or my dot on my.
I had to step off to the refrigerator, but I see there's some activity going on in the chat. Some messages have been retracted.
Oh, nice. The mods in there are doing their work then, or maybe somebody just decided they'd wrote something bad.
I think we may have triggered some people, possibly.
Oh, do you think so?
Oh, blue circle.
Awesome.
Hey, it's a touchy subject whenever you decide that, you're going to talk a little bit of common sense.
Yeah, it seems to be the more common sense something is, the easier it is to trigger somebody. Because common sense has been almost programmed out of people now. And I'm not talking about the people in the chat room. There's somebody crashed, dude. See it?
Did they?
They should be dead, but that means we can go and get their guns and stuff.
No, they're not dead. They're not dead. They're not dead. I just saw them running.
Shit. Right, I'm hiding.
Come behind me.
I'm gonna flank up to this left-hand side, dude. There he is. Don't shoot yet.
Where's he on the left?
He's up here. There he is. Right up and ahead of me. 12 o'clock. He's at 250 degrees.
Okay, I see him.
Right, he's gonna be behind this tree. Gonna be behind here. I know you're behind here, you little prick. Shit, I lost him.
Okay, I'm trying to follow you.
He's over here somewhere, dude. There he is. He's at 265 bearing. He might have just got... No, he's still over there. I see him. You see him? There's two of them. Shit, there's two of them.
Okay, I see one of them.
Bastard! Oh no, he didn't finish me. How'd I fucking repair myself, man? Whoa, shit, no need for the headshot.
Did he?
Somebody said Joe Rogan. Somebody said Joe Rogan in the chat room. I flipping love Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I love Joe Rogan. I know a lot of people give him a lot of shit.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Scott. Why is it he's so like divisive? It's almost like next to Alex Jones, people love or hate Joe Rogan.
It's because
you still alive?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I am still alive, but not now. I'm dead. I was killed by the butt spunkler.
Joe Rogan interview with Jordan Peterson. I think Jordan Peterson is an absolute genius of our time. And I tell you what, he's somebody that can trigger people very easily as well. Because he's another guy.
Yeah, you want to talk about someone who talks common sense and just triggers people.
I think he speaks a lot of sense, Scott. Right.
Yeah.
One more, dude. One more, and then we're out of here, right? just one more.
Right. That was me typing that in there about Jordan Peterson.
You like that one, Jimmy? It's a good show, that one with Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, man. And my buddy, it's funny because Mr. Mensa recommended Jordan Peterson, and my buddy just told me yesterday that he had just listened to an interview that Joe Rogan did with Jordan Peterson.
Oh, brilliant.
And he said he recommended that I listen to it.
It's about 3 hours long, dude, and all of it is, like Scott says, common sense, logical thinking, and just saying what political correctness and all this madness is, what it really is. The guy nails it.
I'll tell you what, man. There's a professor in some university. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Ruth Kessler. Well, you look it up. Ruth says we're hooked. This is it. See, Ruth, if I wasn't doing this streaming right now, and I'm really glad I've got Jimmy and the guys to hang with, but I'd normally, the last couple of weeks, as soon as I come off the show, write the show up, things like that, and this is how I kind of unwind, because the adrenaline, it might just seem like you're on there talking on Skype and that, but for me, the adrenaline pumps so much, and I just can't get to sleep right away. So, I mean, yeah, definitely hooked, but the thing is, I've been hooked for a while. It's only now that I'm sharing my addiction with all of yous, and again, still 50 in the chat, still 50 in there. That is really, 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 really special. And like I say, it's great we've got Jimmy here tonight, because Jimmy can transfer or relay some of your topics you want us to touch on, and anything goes. Absolutely anything goes, even if we don't agree. And remember, it's okay to disagree, folks. It's absolutely perfectly fine to disagree because that's how we learn. We just keep it respectful because I always preach that on my show. I hate being on social media myself, and I've been guilty of it. It descends into name calling, and it's just counterproductive. And I'm going to try and keep my stream as free of that as I possibly can, even if it means the numbers dwindle dramatically. I know the 50 people that are in there right now. These are certainly the kind of people that we're talking about. This will do me. If it's 50 people we get anytime we do this, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm about to jump.
Oh, same here, man.
I'm gonna go to the ruins. Is where I marked it.
I seen it, dude. I seen it. Yes. Let's go, geo shift. Get that head down. Head down, sir. Into the tornado.
Into the vortex.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like being at a bridge, Scott. Bridges are always places that people want to fucking hold. Is there a boat in
Good,
the
that
water?
means we can ambush people coming towards the bridge.
Good.
We'll just kind of hang back.
Yeah, we'll
just kind of hang back and watch for people coming at the bridge.
Yep, find good guns, good sight. Chill out. 360 coverage, we'll be jamming. Be cool if you got claymores in this. You could plant some claymores and snipe happily. Right, I've got a gun. Got a bag. And I've got a vest early as well. That's good shit. There's a bag in here, Scott. There's an AK.
Oh, really? Where you at?
I'm in here.
I'm coming.
AK, bag. I'll go and see what else is about. So, Jimbo, what's coming up on your show this week, man?
This week, hang on a second, because I'm trying to find this. You guys got to hear this. There was this English professor when I was driving back from Colorado. There was this English professor that was on a radio show, and he had put up this letter that he made his students sign before they could take his class.
Cool.
And you guys got to hear this letter because you will love this shit. But I got to find it first, and it's I don't remember the guy's name, and I'm having to do a triple cross search based on just what I remember. So
you're doing a blind dive, man.
I'll do dive, exactly.
Yeah, hashtag blind dive. Right. No,
going back to the Joe Rogan thing, I think people hate on Joe Rogan. Part of it has to do with, I would say, jealousy.
Because he's mainstreamish.
He is the number one. Yeah, he's the number one, pretty much like podcast, at least on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And
do you think that factors into a lot of
the and it's also that he doesn't, there's things that I don't agree with, with Joe Rogan.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's that if people don't like him because he doesn't sit in their echo chamber, you know what I mean? So if he doesn't agree or spout what you believe 100%, then
but do you think
people hate on him?
See, even like ourselves, and we're nothing in the alternative media really. When you think of somebody like Joe Rogan, but to others out there, I think they perceive us as being something we're not. We're hosts of our own show and call it internet fame, call it what you want, right? A social media presence. And do you think it boils down to jealousy then, some of the trolling that we take? Because I struggle to get my head around it sometimes, I'm not trying to push one agenda over another, but yet you still get this kind of vehement, nasty, vicious trolling. And I wonder, is it jealousy? Do they perceive that we're something that more than we're not, than we actually are? I don't know. Doesn't make sense, or does it make sense?
I think so. I think so because I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy, and I think a lot of it also has to do with, if you're not saying what they want to hear 100% all the time, then somehow you're a shill or whatever they want to call you, just because you disagree on certain topics. But I think you have to look at the person as a whole, and like I said, Joe Rogan, I don't agree 100% with everything that he believes, but when you look at what he does in the grander scheme of things, I mean, he is a damn good podcaster, and
brilliant.
he knows how to interview people, and he knows how to pick people's brains, and he's very good at letting the person he's interviewing talk and being able to get the most valuable information out of that person. You know what I mean?
Absolutely shit myself there, dude. I thought those mannequins were like real.
I can't find it.
I know.
I can't find it.
It's okay, Jimmy.
I got to go back and find it, though. I will find it and get it to you guys so you have it for...
Maybe he's a Mandela effect, Jim. Maybe he doesn't exist anymore, dude.
Nah, he exists. He was on the Glenn... I'm pretty sure it was Glenn Beck's show he was on.
Guys, how good was Freaky Friday? Talking of Mandelas and weirdness, and that was one epic Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Really good, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know with this, you know, why people don't like Joe Rogan, but I mean, it's probably for the same reason that they didn't like Alex Jones when he was the #1 guy.
Yeah, probably, man.
But I mean, I've seen all of those old videos where Alex Jones and Joe Rogan are going around to bars and getting drunk, and Joe Rogan's teasing Alex Jones about the black helicopters and all this out in front of the bar. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen some of it, man.
Yeah, they were out long. I mean, this was like years and years ago. They used to be floating around. They're probably still out there. You just have to know what to type in. That's the thing about the internet is, you know, it's all there.
But I can also see how, like, Joe Rogan has to walk on eggshells now, especially with the way YouTube is right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
because he is kind of risky. I mean, so he pushes it right to the limit, Scott, even if it's just the bad language. Do you know what I mean?
Man, there's no real limits on YouTube as long as you're, you know, on the in crowd.
Oh, Jimmy, I know you would.
I mean, how much money? Seriously, how much money did Alex Jones say he was making on YouTube a year? He said he admitted to $4 million.
I'm getting shot, dude. I'm getting spooked at. I've been killed again, man. I think you've got a med kit, dude. Oh no, he's got me. Oh, bloody hell. Somebody called Autistic Ted. That's just terrible. I would never shoot anyone. See, he's just playing on my emotions because he knows I wouldn't shoot anyone with autism. That's terrible, Ted. You should feel really bad about yourself, Ted. You need to have words, man.
I'm still alive. I'm still alive. You can spec. Oh no, I'm not going to be alive for very long.
You did. Oh, he's in that building, dude.
Is he? Hold on.
He's in the building to your 6 o'clock from there. Yeah, get yourself up a staircase, man. Oh, that's a big sight. That was a big sight, dude.
Was it?
Yeah, right there.
So Leslie Dickey in the chat said she loves your show and she's learned so much from you and Anthony Patch.
Oh, wow, man. That's awesome.
Kristen said Freaky Friday was the best one yet.
When do you guys think the US will elect an independent president? Well, if it's the result of any election, I would imagine that it's a rigged game. And even if they're the most pure intended or intentioned person at heart, you just know. I mean, let's say Trump was the good guy he said he was. You can pretty much see that it doesn't matter how good you are when you get in there. It's the system you're up against. So
well, today's the 1-year anniversary of the Las Vegas shooting, right?
All right, man. Yeah. Jesus, is that a year already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And 30, guess what? 33 of the victims, 33 of them were from California.
Wow. So we're literally 1 year on from the calm before the storm.
Oh. You had to go there.
I had to go there at least once tonight. Can you believe that crap is still running, guys? And for anyone out there who wonders what we're talking about, yep. QAnon. I honestly thought that would have been at best, you know, something we could go at and laugh at on like 4chan and 8chan by now. Like, people wouldn't still be buying into it. But do you know what? There's even more people in the alternative media seem to be picking up QAnon now for whatever reason, despite all the information that's out there. Now, you could say, well, all the information that's out there, that's been debunked, etc. No, it hasn't. So how is it that there's still people buying into this? And I don't get it. I really don't get it. I find it comical. And that's why I'm only spending a little bit of time mentioning it tonight. But
There's a wounded guy in here.
Did you guys not think it would have been gone by now? Like, especially with all the information that's come out, right?
I don't.
Oh, he's away. Somebody tried to blow him up. Oh, dude, there's somebody else that went to kill him. There he is. Shoot him up the arse. Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, my God, I hit the... Oh, no! I hit the railing, dude. I hit the rail. I would have shot him right in the butt, man.
I can't believe I was screaming at you to shoot him up the arse.
I know. I was trying, too.
So, come on, Scott. Are you surprised that QAnon's still alive?
You know, for me personally, I'm not seeing as much of it.
No.
But maybe that has to do with the fact that I cleaned out my friends list.
Same here. I'm certainly not seeing the amount of people posting on it. However, I'm still seeing, you know, a lot of people covering it as if it's gospel fact.
Sammy the Bull Gravano just came in the chat.
I like that name. Come on, Scott. Ready up. Let's do it. One more.
All right.
One more. This is one more. Because that's almost
See,
what's Sammy the Bull saying? Dude, what's Sammy the Bull saying? I like that name.
Sammy the Bull said, I'm curious what's up with this presidential emergency test going on our cell phones this October. Yeah, that's been moved 3 times, and it's going to happen, I think on the 3rd, October 3rd.
Does this not happen like every year? You have emergency systems tested over there?
No. There hasn't been a test of this one now. Remember Obama put in that thing where he could break into cell phones? Remember that with an emergency broadcast? Okay, so from what I understand, Trump is going to test this what I've heard. And, you know, people are like freaking out. But, you know, you got to remember it was Obama who put that in place. And so, you know, of course, if Trump wants to utilize it, he can. You know, the presidents will set the stage for the next president. They'll pass something that their supporters will follow that their supporters will agree with, and then when the next guy comes in that they don't like, oh well, look, I mean that thing that he passed, now that president has that power. So it's going to be interesting. I wonder what's going to go on with this test. I mean, you know, that's going to trigger a lot of people, right? I mean,
I don't like.
You're not going to be able. Oh no, I don't like it either. I don't think any president should have that power.
And think about this from the chat room as well.
All the people who don't like Trump, though, you know, they're going to be getting Trump's face popping through on their cell phone, whether they like it or not.
I've put a marker down, Scott. But somebody in the chat room brings up a good point, and this doesn't mean that anything's going to happen, but always bear in mind, and I know I'm preaching to the choir with people watching tonight probably, but anytime drills or anything like that happen, not saying that they always go live, but this gives them the perfect cover. If they are going to do something, then this would be the time, you know. So
look, something's up, man. Look at around the world what's going on right now with all the earthquakes, with all the activity, with all this everything. It seems to be welling up like it always does, right? Things seem to well up.
Just the political atmosphere. You don't even have to look at all that.
Kavanaugh thing is a distraction from what's going on with the rest of everything else, man. I'm telling you right now, there's something going on with the world.
It's the change, man. It's the change we're in, dude. I know that sounds a bit vague, but I just think everything right now, and it'll probably get worse before it gets better. It's like a phase of turmoil we're going through, like a reset. And that doesn't mean scary biscuit, so we're all gonna die in some apocalyptic kind of nightmare. That just means we're living in really interesting times, literally. There's a vest there, Scotty.
Apparently, Gerald Celente is saying that there's some big trigger thing that's happening with the economy, and he's all saying the economy is it's gonna be worse than the Great Depression.
Well, you know,
let's be honest here. Celente's been saying that for 10 years, and
yeah, but he is one of the when it comes to trend forecasting, I gotta give him his due.
Yeah. No, I agree, but I do kind of take a lot of that with a grain of salt, though, because it's always, there's going to be an economic collapse next year.
I'll tell you,
it never happens.
There's a gun, Scotty.
I liked Bob Chapman.
Oh, Bob Chapman was good, man.
Yeah, Alex was always going, it's going to happen next week. And Bob Chapman was always going, nope. He was always slowing him down and going, no, this is going to take, a long time for this to happen. And I was sad to see him go because Bob Chapman was a good dude, man. He was around for a long time. I won't tell the story now, but did you guys hear that broadcast where he told the story about being invited to watch a film of Ronald Reagan?
You can't do that. You have to tell the story now because there's bound to be somebody out there in the chat room that hasn't heard it, and I haven't heard it, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on. See, I think, I don't know, man. It's dangerous territory. But
go for it. Talk it, man.
Okay, apparently Bob Chapman was invited to watch a movie. Okay. And there was a bunch of really high-powered conservative people there that were also invited. He said there was
This is going to be good. This is going to be good woo, isn't it? This is going to turn woo, isn't it?
Well, it's going to definitely turn goo. That's for sure. So they, it's a big dinner party. It's at a nice house. I think he said he was in Orange County somewhere, which is a Republican stronghold in California. And so they pulled the thing back, they pulled the screen back, and here comes the movie. And it's a recording of Ronald Reagan in a hotel room with a hooker, and the camera is behind a picture or something, something weird. And she is having an effect on Ronald Reagan anally with a strap on. And so Bob Chapman
not a vajankle. yes, the vajankle's back.
So Bob Chapman tells this story on the air, right? And this is before Alex. He might have had video, but I wish I could have seen the look on his face, just because.
Right, 2 secs, Jim. Scotty, we need to take up a position and ambush this bridge.
Okay. All right, on you go, Jim.
No, I was just saying, I wish I could have seen the look on Alex's face, because a lot of people, regardless of what they think, a lot of conservative people sort of idolize the Ronald Reagan character. And, they kind of say he was a good guy.
It's like it's like the person in the chat, Jim. They're going to compromise you, even if Jesus Christ was to come back and win office. They would try and compromise him somehow. Even the most purest soul out there, they're going to try and get you somehow. And if they don't get you to capitulate and join the club, well, they'll show you the film from Dealey Plaza. Because that's how they deal with that shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, too, is they had that.
That's like Bill Hicks said. He said they pull you. He said they pull you into a smoky room and then they lower the screen.
Yep.
And then they show you the footage from
tell you, man,
from the grassy knoll that nobody has ever seen before, and then they flip the lights back on and they're like, any questions?
Mr. Mensa said initiation in the chat. Yeah, for sure, initiation. And what's funny is they had that film on him, and all those high-powered conservatives in that room saw the film of him doing that, and then they still shot him on top of it. He still didn't get the
we need to be up that other hill. Look southwest of you, Scotty. Look at that hill. That's where we need to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go. This is going to be dangerous shit. This is going to be dangerous shit, dude.
I know, I'm already hearing gunfire.
Yeah.
Some shit going on.
Have you guys heard this? Have you guys ever heard of this thing with Catcher?
Oh, we've got Tuck. We're good. With who?
With this Catcher in the Rye thing.
No, I've heard a lot about that book, man.
Yeah, that a lot of these assassinators, these dudes that just come up out of nowhere and shoot these random people like John Lennon and Reagan and whatever, they're all into this book for whatever reason. For some reason, this book has a psychological effect on people.
Wait, hang on.
They use.
Oh yes, Kev is rocking the tuk tuk. Let's go. Oh my God, this is great.
If we get taken,
are-
come on! If we make it
It's funny,
across
you
this
see, like,
bridge,
2 dudes rocking assault rifles and a tuk tuk. I mean, come on, it's too much, man.
oh, this is awesome. We'll get up this hill
Is the tuk tuk even gonna be strong enough to make it up the hill, man?
as long
Come
as
on.
we can get it to the start of the hill. Shit, struggling already, dude.
I mean, it's only got 3 wheels, man.
There we go. I'm gonna slow it down. Let's get out. There we go. Right, if we can get somewhere up there, we'll be fucking laughing, man.
Damn, I wish I had a scope.
I've got one here if you want it, Scott. I've dropped one.
All right.
There you go. It's only a ×2, but
Yeah, JJ
That's
Budd said Mel Gibson's movie Conspiracy Theory makes mention of the Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, and
what do you think then, Jimmy? What do you think? Is it full of like triggers? Is that something that we hear about Dr. Ewan Cameron? Is that like the playbook?
Maybe when they do MKUltra or like Manchurian Candidate stuff, maybe they use Catcher in the Rye.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
Passages from it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And I knew somebody in life who had a big infatuation with that book for some reason, to the point where he like tattooed it on his arm. And I didn't know about this.
Wow.
And yeah, but it was weird that, this came up later. I think there was somebody who used to go around making presentations about it, where he literally he tied everything together. He showed all the different killers that
we are in a very good position.
I think so, man.
I think so too. I mean, we got the high ground, man. Although I do hear a lot of weird stuff going on kind of behind us.
Too much weird stuff going on behind us, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
something happened there, man.
Oh, it's the red circle. It's all the bombs going off behind us.
Got you. I think somebody subscribed to the channel there. I think I heard the mad alert noise.
Nice. Well, I don't know, man. I think these you got to wonder originally, why would somebody make a movie called The Manchurian Candidate and show you everything that was done to Frank Sinatra in the original movie? Why would they allow a movie to be made like that back then?
I agree, mate.
It wasn't like people weren't making movies, like there was no alternative movie makers. There was only the studios back then.
I agree, man. I agree.
Why would the studios sanction letting you see that? I mean, I'm of the mind that at the point that we're made aware of anything as maybe a future possibility, or we're just starting to get the handle on this technology, I think by that point, that technology's already come and gone. So if they had Manchurian candidates for movies back in the 50s with Frank Sinatra, it's 2018. What kind of Manchurian candidate can they build now?
I honestly think, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, I would imagine, and I'm not talking about the super soldier programs that you hear Corey Good talking about, the blue chicken guy. Not talking about that, but I think it's feasible, and in fact, I'd actually be quite surprised if we haven't got some kind of super soldier program. Oh, there's somebody down at the bottom of the bridge, Scott. See them? Just going on to the bridge.
Where? Oh, okay. You want me to try to pop off at him?
Nah, we're gonna give away our location, man.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be surprised if they haven't got genetically modified individuals that have been grown and brought up entirely within the government military program. And I know that sounds fantastical, sounds like something out of Hollywood, But again, I'd be surprised if they haven't attempted that by now. That dude's crawling across that bridge, I know.
I was so tempted to shoot him.
I know.
Because he was just standing still.
There was some movie with Kurt Russell with these genetically modified soldiers, and he was like an older model. And he was on a mission with a bunch of the newer guys. I can't remember what the name of the movie was. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was after he made Escape from New York, the second Escape from New York, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of I think it was like those early '90s action movies.
Exactly.
Cheesy biscuits.
I should go back and look at that movie because I bet you there's stuff in there.
Jean-Claude Van Damme also made a movie like that called Universal Soldier.
Jean-Claude, he was the best, man. Love Jean-Claude.
He was a super soldier.
He was one tough ass in real life, eh?
Who?
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude? Yeah, did you know that he actually really had no martial arts experience? He was
Get out of here, man.
The reason the reason why he was so flexible and athletic is that he was a ballet dancer. Did you know that?
Wham Bam Van Dam. That's what they used to call him.
I like Van Damme, I must admit. He's
cool though. I mean,
he had a sitcom not long ago. It was absolutely garbage. Don't get me wrong.
Got another guy.
Where?
Got another guy coming across the bridge.
Oh, I see him.
He's going across the bridge.
Are we going to light him up? Are we going to try and light him up?
Yeah, Joseph Crow said he had a partner in the chat. Jeb Bush just jumped in the chat.
All right, Jeb, how's it going, man?
Jeb, what's up?
H2O Delirious is in there too.
Well, there's somebody else coming onto the bridge.
Is there?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to have to start trying to hit some of these guys. Where are they at? Okay.
There's one there. He's just running for the first vehicle. We're taking fire, man. I see you, dick. I jumped into the water, man. He shot himself.
Oh, God, I'm getting hit. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Blue square. Oh, shit. Taking fire. Uh-oh.
Come on. Follow me.
Right, hang on.
Oh, no. We got the circle. We got the blue. We got the blue circle pushing in. Oh, they're trying to snipe. They're trying to snipe us.
It's okay.
Ooh.
We're okay, man. We're okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, blue circle. Shit. Tuck.
Yes, we must make our escape in the tuck.
Hey, Sammy the Bull. He just came in and said, "No way, man. Bloodsport was
Bloodsport was one of my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, Bloodsport was badass. Look, for a dude that really had no martial arts experience, he picked it up very well. You know what I mean? So
Scott,
I'm not saying
we're gonna have to turn around, dude.
Oh, come on, take this tuk off road. Let's see what she can do. We're gonna have to cross the bridge.
Oh,
we're gonna have to cross the water.
No, we're gonna swim it. We'll swim here. It's narrow. Swim here. Go for it.
Okay, go.
Yeah, Bloodsport's a classic.
Yeah, great movie. Remember the one where he had a twin brother? Like he basically
hang on a
played
minute.
both
Hang on.
roles.
Somebody's saying I had Sophia of Human Angel Services on my show a few weeks ago. Don't trust her. I've never had anyone called Sophia on my show. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must be making me up with somebody. Mixing me up, sorry. Smoking Joe Trainer. I like that name. I remember Smoking Joe. I wonder if that's the same Smoking Joe I'm thinking of.
Oh.
I've been done in, dude.
Smoking Joe just said you got a suicide run coming up.
I'm reviving you. Stay still. Never mind.
I'm here. Oh.
Jimmy boy. Jimmy boy got me with a headshot.
Jimmy boy 13 finished us. Smoking Joe Trainer. I'm sure Jimmy, check his channel. He used to be one of my favourite YouTubers. I think I've even done a show with Smoking Joe Trainer on Joe Joseph's show. I'm sure of it. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of the game. Yeah, that is the dude, man. Big respect to you, Joe. And I know that you stepped away from this madness a long time ago, you know, but I still remember the videos you used to make, and always, man, always on point. So big shout out, Joe. And you remembered that name. Awesome. What do you think, Scott? Have you got time for one more?
I need to see how big this recording file is on my storage drive.
Oh, God, I forgot you were recording it all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Joe, what do you think is going on in the world, dude?
It shouldn't be too big.
What's going on in the world, Joe? It's hard to make sense of what's going on, man. It really is.
Hey, you got me in trouble by making me tell that story.
How did? So you know. What story?
The story about Bob Chapman and Ronald Reagan.
Who got you into trouble, dude? Who gave you into trouble, man?
Someone was listening with the young person in the car.
Oh, not good. Joe says
Luckily, I kept it clean.
Joe says he's really crap at PUBG, but he's a decent commercial drone pilot. That's super cool, man. Really cool. You know, that's an industry. We always talk about jobs going, guys. There's something that people can get into. Nothing stopping people retraining, getting into robotics, that kind of stuff as well. I see a lot of opportunity, you know?
I did it for a while. I wrote up a whole synopsis for my company. I was going to do mapping, because there's mapping software where you can go out and map people's property, and you do these grid patterns, and you can buy the software. It's actually, you know, this one guy said that, like, for example, at a power plant, what they do is they have a lot of these towers that they need to inspect, and there's no way that people can actually go in there and look. So they'll hire drone operators to come in and take film of the inside of some of these towers that they have, where they can't have people climbing inside of there. There's actually quite a bit of money to be made. And if you get in now and get your license, you can get grandfathered in before they make it super tough.
Yeah, man.
Because, yeah, they're going to make it tough. But let me tell you this, though. I'll tell you right now, getting a commercial drone operator's license is not easy. It's almost as hard as getting a pilot's license, because you have to learn about what areas of the space you can fly in and all this. So they really make you learn a lot of what it takes to be a pilot, even though... Yeah,
they pretty much treat a drone as an aircraft. You know, the FAA, you know, they have a lot of those same restrictions and regulations, and you got to know all the rules. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to go and fly this drone around. You really got to be paying attention to, like, what you're doing, what your altitude is, and what airspace you can enter. So yeah, it's not a walk in the park.
I mean,
to do drone stuff.
Look at Everard's documentaries. I mean, I think he gets Rod Scarth to do a lot of his drone work, but I love to watch that kind of footage that's shot by drone. I mean, that kind of stuff, that's a game changer for people that are making films, stuff like that. Amazing.
Yeah, because those used to be the shots where you would have to hire out a helicopter, right? And have the helicopter fly over with the camera stabilization, you know, the stabilized camera on the front of it. And, you know, that costs a lot of money to hire a company that flies those choppers and takes that footage. And so you've pretty much cut that out of the whole thing when you can just bring your drone out there and fly it around and get those same shots.
You can also get like dolly shots that take hours and sometimes days to set up with a drone.
Yeah.
But I mean, flying those
so small, it can fly at such a low altitude. It can fly just above head level.
Let's do it. Yeah.
And,
let's do it, Scott.
Spoken Joe said the FAA.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Spoken Joe said the FAA 107 test was a joke to him. Like he could pass it no problem. I guess apparently is what he was saying.
Joe says he wants to get in here and compromise our level of play. Nobody, Joe, nobody is as bad as myself and Scotty Lopez at PUBG. We pride ourselves on being this bad, don't we, Scott?
I think the entire, almost 4 hours we've been playing.
Is that long? Dear Lord, man, I didn't realize the time.
It's probably something around 3.5, something like that. But the entire time we've been playing, I think only one person has died at our hands.
Yes, just the one.
Just the one.
However, we did finish 7th in one game, which means our
hiding skills,
escape and evasion, Scott. That's what we're all about, dude. Escape and evasion, hightailing it out of there, man. Call of Duty.
Exactly.
That's going to be the game, dude. Call of Duty is what I'm waiting for. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm much better at Call of Duty. I think what throws me off with this game is the whole third person thing. I'm used to being first person.
You can press
you can switch it to first person.
Press V. V will change your view. You can go first person with a V.
I might give that a try this time and see.
You can actually change it. See in the first screen that you're in as well, Scott. You can change it from third person to first person in there. Right at the very start as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right below where you change from solo to duo. It's in that part there.
I can knock those drones out of the sky for $300.
Don't leave Smoking Joe's drone alone. Joe's cool.
No, they're talking about it in there. They're saying that everybody's talking about drones, and they were saying that all the police have drones and all this, and you know what? They do. But you can, but they're all transmitting on a frequency, you know, and the video going.
Well, it's one of those technologies that it's proliferated into every facet of society. You know, civilians got drones, police got drones, military got drones.
I think a lot of the UFOs are probably drones as well. Ones we don't know about. Ones been tested.
They are. I've seen a lot of videos where people think.
I'll mark
they
up,
see
Scotty.
strange.
I'll mark us
up. Go ahead, mark it.
The only drone that you couldn't take out with a jamming device is a satellite drone. Any other drone is on 2.4 gigahertz, and any seriously, I'm
jumping now.
Its way home.
And of course, Jimmy is only speculating about the potential for drones to be downed. We're not actually sitting here plotting anything for the alphabet agencies that are listening to our gaming stream. I hope the alphabet agencies are enjoying this.
Yeah, I mean, I had some friends.
Yes, we do not condone interfering with any drone, especially if it's a drone from a.
They just passed a law here in the United States where that the police organizations have the ability to shoot any drone down that they want. And
that's understandable, though, right? And I don't want to sound like I'm from some proponent of the police state, but if there's an unknown drone in the sky, then that could easily, just as easily as a car can be a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. You know, a drone as well, and I'm surprised. I mean, I think they used a drone.
Look what almost happened to Maduro.
Exactly.
They strapped some C4 or some plastic explosive to a drone and tried to fly it above his head.
Exactly,
now,
dude.
Done that? You know, that's an interesting question. But
this other thing that I got into for a while was there's a new sport that's coming out, and it's FPV drone, high-speed drone racing.
Yeah, they've got shit like that over here, dude. It's super cool. You see it on that esports channel as well.
Yeah, you wear these goggles that are like VR goggles, and you look through the perspective of the drone.
Right. So some of those drones,
here,
some of those high-speed racing drones, they go over 100 miles an hour.
Whoa, man!
And let me just ask you a question. These police organizations, they think they're going to shoot down a drone that's flying at 100 miles an hour?
I would say it'd be more of a some kind of frequency jam or something like that they would use, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I've seen those. I've seen what they use to bring drones down, and it looks like it literally looks like the cartoon ray gun that you would see from Looney Tunes, the Marvin the Martian. You know how his little ray gun looks, but that's exactly what it is. They just point and shoot, and it's an instant, speed of light, frequency.
I wish I could tell you guys, but I don't. I mean, it's common. It's a common thing. That can be found, but if I don't want to point people to it for no apparent reason, but most of these systems, almost all of these systems are are radio frequency systems, right? So just like a cell phone or anything else. And so that, you know, a lot of times, like especially over in Europe, it's against the law in America for you to stop cell phone signal from your business. So, but over in Europe, it's not unheard of for people to block out cell signals in their restaurants or whatever because they don't want to have people on their phone.
Common. It's all the time. You go into a supermarket and you'll rarely get a reception in there. It's emergency calls only.
Yeah.
They don't want you price checking with other supermarkets, probably.
I know. Well, you know what's really cool is if you go into these secondhand stores, right? And you're mulling through the shelves and you find something you think's cool or looks old and, you know, might be worth money. You just take your phone in there and search it on the internet, and you can go there and buy something for $2. You know for sure you could sell it for a couple hundred because you already saw them on the internet.
Hang on. Did you just shoot there, Scott?
No. Where are you at?
I'm just...
It's in a building trying to...
I'm at your north. In fact, yeah. There you are, man. I heard something there, dude.
I was just trying to find a gun. All I got's a pistol, so...
We came to this war zone and all we've got's a damn helmet and a t-shirt. I really do. I need to get rid of that, like, aqua-colored, like, jumper I've got on. I look like a soy boy, man.
Joseph.
And not only that, you're drawing a lot of attention to yourself, buddy.
Exactly, dude.
Joseph.
I'm wearing the dark colored, let's blend in with the environment get up, and Kevin's like, let's go aqua blue.
I've got my Saturday Night Fever clothes on. Right, Jimmy, what's Joseph up to in the chat room, dude?
Yeah, Joseph Crow said it was good to talk to you guys, man.
Awesome, Joseph. Awesome.
Yeah, he was even including me in that too.
Awesome.
And Mayed said good attack. Yeah, so everybody's digging everything that's going on. We're
Scotty,
super glad you guys.
There's another gun in here, Scotty boy.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's the mutant. Okay.
Take the mutant, man.
Joseph Crow said,
Overground, underground, wombles are we. It's a TV show that used to be in the UK, guys. There's no way the wombles ever made it across the Atlantic.
you guys should see my plan.
Do it, dude.
I gotta get some.
We're getting armed to the teeth, bitches. Do-do-do.
Joseph Crow just said, I escaped the Matrix, and all I got was this sweatshop t-shirt.
I remember went to Bilderberg in 2013, and I think it's everyone's Bilderberg joke that you go to Bilderberg and all you get's this pesky t-shirt. But I refused to pay £20 for said pesky t-shirt. I thought that was a bit of a rip-off, to be honest with you. And I was like, what, 5 years ago? 20 quid for a t-shirt? Get out of here. Bunch of activists and truthers in a field, and you think people are going to spend 20 quid on a t-shirt?
I bet you a lot of people did.
Probably, Jim, probably.
Do you think they sold like 1,000 shirts? That'd be like $20,000.
Hey, I'm all for people, making a buck. And at least they were saying, like, at least they didn't say it was a Trump-sponsored or some kind of deep state insider t-shirt. They were quite open. They were making money for themselves. That's all good.
One time I was driving.
Yeah, if somebody's honest about it and they're like, look, I'm selling t-shirts to make money over here. You can either buy one or not, then it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like me. I've got my donation links in the description. People can hit them if they want. If they don't, they don't. That's all good. I'll still be streaming here with the guys.
I was on this trip going from my house to Colorado, and I decided I was going to go a different way. And I went through Nevada, and then I went up the loneliest road on earth. Literally, that's what it's called.
Sounds like a good name for a book, dude. The loneliest road on earth.
I know. Well, listen to this. As I'm getting ready to get on the loneliest road on earth, I decide I'm going to pull over and get some gas. I go into this gas station, and I go inside, and there's a T-shirt on the wall that they have there, and it says, I survived the loneliest road on earth. And I was thinking, I saw the shirt and I wanted to buy it, but I thought it might jinx me since I was just getting on the loneliest road on earth and not getting off of it. So I didn't buy the shirt.
Good
Okay.
call, man. That's quite a good call,
Good call,
actually.
good call.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from,
Should have
dude.
got it though.
Right, what the hell do we call this stream, guys? I mean, we've spoke about just about everything under the sun. We avoided politics for long times, which is something I'm very, very grateful for. I don't know, I'm just so...
I'm hearing gunshots.
Yeah, I'm so worn out with politics, man.
I want to tell you guys, do you know, from a trivial perspective, this is trivia, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what the longest fight scene in any movie is?
No.
Like just like hand to hand, like action fight scene.
Exactly, hand to hand boxing, like, you know, beating each other to death kind of thing.
No.
It was in the movie They Live, when Randy Piper was trying to make the black dude put on the glasses so he could see. He fought him until he could not fight anymore, resisting being able to see what was really going on. And I mean, metaphorically in that movie, but also the fight was, you know, one of the fights, like I said, it is the longest fight scene in any movie.
Big Randy, or Rowdy, Randy.
Yeah, Rowdy. Yeah.
Randy Piper. Randy Piper. He's cool, man. Was cool.
Oh. Yeah, he was. I mean, that's, you know.
He passed away a few years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't look away from that movie and not say that. I mean, that's exactly what's going on. I mean, it's kind
like
of
a cinematic version of the literary work, like 1984, isn't it? You've got 1984 as a book. They Live as a movie. They're certainly like very much revelation of the method, pre-programming.
And that director who made that movie is also somebody who's made a bunch of movies that talk about what may or may not happen in the future, right?
Well,
wasn't it James Cameron?
Oh,
not James Cameron, but it's
Big Jimbo Cameron.
I got to look that up. I forget who it. It's one of those kind of directors.
Well, here's something then before we go tonight, because this is the last one. But a topic we touched on tonight, Scott, and we've spoke about it recently, and I was asking, you know, the black goo. Much evidence do we have for the black goo and things, right? But tonight's guest, he came up with a really good point, and he agreed with me. He says he's never seen the black goo per se. However, when you start to look at how many instances of black goo there is in movies, music videos, Gaga, everything else, you know, that in itself, without any direct evidence of black goo, certainly looks like they're programming us to do with the black goo, right?
Well, it's definitely something that, like...
There's a nice gun there if you want it, mate.
Ooh, what is it?
Carpenter. The chat had it way before I found it.
John Carpenter. Well, it's definitely something that, like... maybe it's something that our genetic memory knows about, and so we feel like we need to represent it somehow, or it manifests itself in movies and
maybe that's how we got here.
And things like that.
Maybe the black goo came in an old meteor and bada bing, bada boom.
Kind of like how we have this primal fear of, you know, like spiders, snakes, and stuff like that. We just know that there's something.
I killed a spider.
Like
I killed a spider the other night, man, and I swear to God, it was like a cat crawling up my wall. This was ungodly. I'm getting the creeps even thinking about it. And listen, I'm not somebody that's overly bothered by spiders. You know what I mean? So this thing, it took a full
I
shoe
wouldn't think
to
you would
kill
get
it.
very big spiders in the UK.
No, we don't have any kind of notorious spiders or anything, Scott. Nothing like that. I mean, we've got the adder,
got, like,
the snake,
giant...
the adder. That's like our most venomous snake, and even then, it's not exactly some mad killer snake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got like
dude, we're right
spiders.
in the circle here, man. We are right in it. I say we head for Pecado.
I just find there's this constant carousel of all this stuff that crops up to pay attention to, and everyone's willing to throw everything away and pay attention to it rather than actually take care of what's really going on. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's this thing going on with the guy in the Supreme Court or whatever, but how big a part of our information that we supposedly get from the media should that be? Like you were saying earlier, Scotty.
Scott, do we go for that
exactly.
airdrop? Do we go for the airdrop, or do we try and kill people going for the airdrop?
We try to kill people going for the airdrop.
Sounds good.
Pick people.
Sounds good.
No, Jimmy, you're right. I mean, it's
Gunfire.
It's all to distract people and get people talking about something that really, in the end, doesn't matter. I mean, in a few ways, it does matter because
it's too far, dude. It's too far. Too far.
Yeah, Buzzacino's talking about balance, and that's exactly right. Because I think a lot of these techniques put us on what's called put you on tilt. You know, where you're not on balance, you're off your balance. You're only on one foot.
Ooh.
Somebody's well shooting at us, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, hang on, there he is over there. He's behind this sign, Scott.
K-Lade.
Yep.
K-Lade wants to know who picked this game.
Me.
And then Made is also seeing.
Oh,
dude, I had my bloody grenade in my hand.
I know. I put two in him, and then I seen you coming around the corner with a grenade.
Well, that was much fun, boys. Much fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
And at 4:20 a.m. in the morning, I think this little private. But what the heck, man? You know, I think just
The Wild Wookiee live stream.
Yeah, it's definitely the Wookies, man. This is like the Wookiest live stream you'll ever see. Wouldn't it be cool if we could like get a Wookiee suit for our character? That would be awesome.
Oh,
Or if they just had like a ghillie suit that kind of looks like a Wookiee.
Dude, now we're talking, man. Full ghillie suit, put me on top of a hill, give me the ×8 sight, and we're jamming. We'll just sit there and pick people off, man. But listen, I want to thank everyone for joining in, okay? Because, I mean, honestly, this is just three guys chilling out after my show tonight, playing some games, talking about some shit. And obviously, as you've noticed, we've tried to keep it what you want to talk about in the chat room, because like I say, we'd be gaming anyway. And myself, Scott and Jimmy, because we cover so many topics, it's not that we're experts on everything, but we're certainly able to kind of throw some ideas around, and that really does work well. So I've had good fun tonight, guys, and I'll let you say your farewells to the KBS Wookies in the chat room.
Yeah, it was really fun, guys. And if you want to maybe check some of this out, I'll either post the whole video, because I recorded the whole session here on my computer. I'll either post the whole video on Facebook, or I will do some nice little editing of some of the highlights of our stream, and then I'll post it up. So you can expect that to be on my Facebook page later on.
The highlight was me running around the corner with a grenade in my hand, ready for a gunfight.
Yeah, that was good. That's definitely making the highlight reel. Yeah. And my one single kill.
See, I'm feeling naked tonight, Jimmy. I didn't even get one kill on my hands, man. But Jimbo, awesome you could join us tonight, man. Really, really made up. Definitely added to the experience, especially since you had the chat room there. And yeah, this has been good, man. Hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, tonight's our first night. We're just trotting it out in the weeds. Yeah. So next time I'll be a lot quicker with the chat, and I'll be more of a color man until I get my PUBG myself. And then I'm going to circle back around like Josie Wells and knock some skulls.
You're going to be like our fluffer in the chat room.
Your fluffer. I always saw this movie on Netflix called Fluffer, and I never clicked on it.
You should.
You must watch that movie, didn't you?
No. But I will. I most certainly will, just because it's called Fluffer, if nothing else.
I know.
Tell you something before I do go, though, people out there. Manifest. Second episode was on over in the US tonight. So that is definitely something I'm going to be enjoying. Great TV show. And on that note, I'll be back tomorrow night with Chris and Sheree Geo. I'll see what the guys are doing, maybe hang out, who knows. But thank you all so much for tuning in. And we'll be back sometime real soon. Sorted, folks. Catch you later.